Sorry I'm late, guys. It took a little longer to cut my own foot off than expected. I may pass out during this episode. Coming up next on All Guts So Gory, the one that started the franchise and maybe inspired escape rooms. Who knows? 2004's Saw. Listen or not, make your choice.
Dr. Gordon, this is your wake-up call. I want to play a game.
He doesn't want us to cut through our chains. He wants us to cut through our feet.
Live or die. Make your choice. Let the game begin.
The mad and macabre.
Oh, what monster could have done this?
I'm just gonna bash your brains.
Live or die. Make your choice. Wake up, little girl.
Playtime's over.
You don't know what death is.
Sliced and diced.
All right, guys, let's get into this thing. I love this movie. It isn't perfect. You can see the budget and time constraints seep into the finished product, but the idea is brilliant. There's great red herrings and twists, concluded by, in my humble opinion, a top 10 horror twist of all time. I saw this movie in the theaters in Carbondale in 2004 with a friend and was immediately hooked. I want to say I was a season pass holder, but that proved not to be true as the movies got a little more far-fetched. But we're going to try to do this episode like it is a standalone movie. Guys, how do we feel about the choice? When did we see it, and what was our first reactions?
Oh, thanks, Justin. I'm Mike. And hey, Charlie.
No,
Charlie's
too late.
Charlie's chained to the other side of the room.
I'm Charlie.
And I'm Justin. I'm the one laying in the middle. Sorry, guys. Okay, this is All Guts So Gory. I'm hosting us in our bathroom saw trap here, Justin, and I have Charlie and Mike. Sorry, Mike. I know it's a big pet peeve of yours, but we're getting there. We're
it's all
working on
good.
it.
I immediately knew he missed it, and I was like, Mike is fuming over there,
No.
and I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get Justin so big.
Charlie pulled out his popcorn and was watching. This is going to be so funny. All right, guys. So the real question was, what did we think? Where were we? First reactions, choice, opinion of the choice, etc.
Yeah, this was October 2004 when this was released, and I look back at the other movies that came out, and I was a busy moviegoer in this month in 2004. It was Saw, it was Ladder 49, it was Friday Night Lights, Team America World Police, The Grudge, a couple other really good movies I did not see in theater, like Ray and Sideways. Just an amazing going to the movie month that I feel like we just don't have anymore. I feel like this gets talked about a lot. I'm not going to go on a huge tangent about like, is Hollywood back? Is it not? Because it seems like kind of a circular argument where it's a couple good movies comes out and everybody's like, Hollywood's back. It's great. We're making movies. People are going to the theater. And then 2 or 3 months go by, like no one's going to the theater. Movies are terrible. Like everything should just go to Netflix and whatever. Anyway.
What month did this drop?
October 2004.
It was the Halloween release that year, basically.
That and The Grudge. And yeah, I mean, I remember going to see this, seeking it out. You see the commercials and the trailers, the movie poster. You wonder if Cary Elwes is going to cut his own foot off. In the trailer, they make it look like he's going to. The movie poster has a severed foot attached to a chain. It's like, oh, I gotta go see this. Yeah. It just for the mystique of what's it going to look like watching somebody cut their own foot off on film?
Wouldn't the foot have fallen out of the chain? I'm just wondering. Like, what do you think?
I don't know. It was probably on there pretty tight.
Okay.
Yeah. So
they're not built for comfort, those shackles, you know?
I was in Korea. I'd been there for like a month. So, and all the stuff building up to go. And I really didn't.
This is where you brag about your military service.
Right. Every episode. So I didn't know this was coming out or anything like that. Like I said, I was, getting ready to go to Korea for a whole year and got there. And I don't remember 100%, but in Korea, you could get a lot of bootleg movies, camcordered in the theater type movies, or like before they're completely edited and cut, where it's got like that timestamp thing always running in the top right and the top left. So I saw it in Korea, and yeah, I thought it was pretty good at the time. I don't remember the quality. I don't remember what version of bootleg I got, but it was good. It was effective. I liked it.
That's true. I mean, a lot of your initial opinion is going to depend on where you watched it, the setting that you watched it. And I can imagine watching a bootlegged one would probably took some off of this.
Oh yeah, it was in the day room of the dorm.
Daywalkers?
So there's like, 10 people watching at the same time. It was almost like a theater, but with a bunch of drunk Air Force guys.
So another reason I wanted to do this movie is to put some damn respect on its name. I don't want to step on the gore score, but this is not in the top 5 we have done so far. It gets unfairly lumped into what they call torture porn or gorno territory.
Gorno? I haven't heard that.
You haven't heard the portmanteau of gore and...
I mean, it makes
porn?
sense.
Yeah.
I've heard torture porn, but I've not heard of gorno.
And that's why I didn't like the sequels. It just seemed like that's what they were going for. It just got worse. I don't know if it was 2 or 3. I don't think I watched past that, but the one where the girl jumps into that pit full of syringes.
That's 2, actually. Yeah.
That was like, fuck that, I'm out.
So I wish I could tell you how many people have said, I like horror movies, but I don't like those Saw-like movies, Has anybody else heard that? Because that's...
I've said that.
Oh, gosh. They say, the Saw movies are gory for the sake of gore, blah, blah. Don't get me wrong. Some of the sequels, as Charlie mentioned, correctly assume that there is an audience out there for that type of shit, right?
Yeah,
They're like, I want to see what the first one left off screen. But, I think this one was pretty tame and story-driven. Thoughts?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I definitely think it's very story driven. It lays the groundwork. I don't even know if they thought they were going to have sequels after this. This movie's made based off a 7-minute short film, I think, and just if they didn't, I don't think they knew they were going to have sequels, and that's probably why it makes it so good. Because if you start building one to just have sequels come off of it, you're going to leave this with a cliffhanger, and they really don't. They leave this movie. We'll talk about the ending. They just shut the door. Like roll credits. That's
Game
it.
over.
Yeah,
Game
but I mean,
over.
it
Right, they don't leave you with what's...
But the bad...
Go ahead.
The bad guy lives, so...
Right.
And that's... I
we know
think
he's
they
terminal.
filmed it as a standalone, but as they got past, like the editing process and they were watching the movie, I think they started revving up for the next movie and were waiting for that first week, how much they were going to make that first week when it opens. And as soon as they got whatever it turned out to be, green light.
You'll hear about its return here in a little bit, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know because I didn't do any
end up
homework.
cranking these out.
I'm going to kick this to you guys here real quick. I opened up IMDb's parent warning, where it says gore, and it has it as a red. Do you guys want to talk about that now or save it for the gore score?
We can talk about it now. I don't think it was that gory. I would let my kids watch that. The only thing that I would be concerned about is just like the amount of anxiety the movie builds, because you don't, it just everything just is
right,
just going wrong, and you're like, oh, they're going to get out.
I mean, I think, let's see, hard to classify this as torture porn compared to the rest of the Saw franchise.
Okay.
But there are scenes like where Amanda is digging through the intestines to get the key. That is very bloody, very, very, there is guts and gore. And then you also have the shotgun kill to Detective Singh, 4 shotguns blowing his head off. You don't see the head explode, but there's a lot of blood. There's some brains.
You see him
there's
on
some
the
stuff
ground.
flying, coming off. You see the aftermath.
There's a funny spoof. There's a funny thing to talk about with that scene and a couple other scenes later. But I agree.
Yeah.
There are some things that are.
And I think the big one is Cary Elwes when he goes to cut his foot off. Like, that is actually pretty tame. They show the initial cut and then you don't really see any more. You see him working hard at it. You see him crawl away from the shackle, but it's not like they're focusing so much on that anymore.
Let me
also
go ahead.
Jigsaw laying in the middle of this room, just giant pool of blood the whole time he's sitting there. So lots of blood.
It's fake blood. Come on.
That's lots of blood. I'm just saying.
All right. So there's a few things that they listed as why it's severe. They said a man is shot, gets up shortly after being shot. I'm going to say tame. A woman cuts open a man's stomach, but it's off screen, right? Like you see her motions above her head and down.
You see her pulling the guts, but not
the actual stab into the stomach.
Right.
So I think a lot of these things, a man catches on fire, however, Only his charred corpse is shown. So it doesn't show him being burned alive. A lot of his implications, right? I think your mind fills in the blanks of what you didn't see.
Yeah.
And
sometimes that's what's scarier.
Like Seven does that very effectively the same way. You just see like the aftermath, and then it's up to your imagination to see how fucked up it takes to.
If they show the head in the box, does that make it worse? Like, does that make the movie worse?
Does it make it him attacking her and cutting her head off?
Right, showing that. It's
Right.
almost scarier to think about than to actually just see like a fake head in a box.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that leads into what Charlie was saying about the anxiety. It does an amazing job of building anxiety and making you squeam, or squirm, squeamish, whatever you
Scream and squirm.
squeam.
Workshop that
based
one.
on what you know had to happen to get there. Workshop. Yeah, no, great. So we mentioned torture porns real quick before we get into the nitty gritty, the behind the numbers here. Examples include Inside, Hostel, Would You Rather, Hills Have Eyes, Human Centipede, Serbian Film, Last House on the Left, I Spit on Your Grave, and Captivity. A lot of those were kind of like greenlit by this movie existing, I think, though. A lot of people were like, oh, there's a captive audience looking for the red meat, whatever. Thoughts?
Did you uncover my hidden top 10 movies of all time list?
Mostly a Serbian film, which I haven't seen, right?
No, I've not seen that one, but
What is it?
I've heard not good things.
It's called a Serbian film.
I've heard that it's not even
Well,
really
Hostel
a
came
movie.
out the same year, so
I like Hostel.
Did it come out in 2004?
2005.
Okay, 2005. Okay, so it was a year
Hostel
later.
I like. Inside is incredible.
So
Incredibly disturbing and
Hostel
incredible.
I really liked, but like it was mainly because, it's like, oh, here's this horrible shit. And then it's like, oh, but the good guy wins. The good guy gets to do his own horrible shit in retribution kind of thing. It was great.
Hostel makes you go like, what are they going to show next? And is one of those that when I went to see it in the theater, like, I mean, even the not so gory parts, like something stuck under your fingernail or just your Achilles tendon getting sliced, that stuff makes me cringe. That stuff had me grabbing the armchair in my seat and almost pulling the foam out, like, oh god, this is gonna suck. More than just like a head exploding, you know.
Compound fractures is Charlie's
that's
bag.
me.
He loves them.
If they would have broke a finger, I'd have been fuck that. I'm out. Turned an ankle, I'm running.
No. All right, so are we ready to get into the nerdy stuff?
Absolutely.
All right. Saw came out in 2004. Runtime of 103 minutes based on IMDb. Directed by James Wan. Also had the idea for the movie. Basically pitched it to Leigh Whanell saying, hey, I've got an outline, a sketch of a movie idea. And then Leigh Whanell said, okay, I'll fill in all the blanks. I'll write this thing properly. I did not know that if I came up with an idea and pitched it to Mike and he wrote it, that I wouldn't get the co-writing thing. I mean, it does say story by them both.
Yeah.
But it says written by Leigh Whanell.
Yeah. There's probably some legal way they have to do it.
All right.
Screenplay by, written by, like that kind of stuff.
Starring. This movie starred Cary Elwes, which I've been calling Cary Elwes forever.
Dread Pirate Roberts.
You may know him from his role in Psych. No, wait. His most famous role is obviously Wesley or the Dread Pirate Roberts in Princess Bride. He's in Robin Hood Men in Tights and Kiss the Girls. So this movie, I don't want to say like a resurrection of a career or whatever, but there was kind of a lull between Robin Hood Men in Tights or Kiss the Girls and this one. There was 7 years or something.
Yeah. He's in a lot of really good stuff.
Oh, he's great.
Failed to mention Days of Thunder, Liar, Liar.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the claw's coming to get you. Oh, you're scared of the claw. That's
You're right.
The dumb stepdad wannabe.
Underused in Liar, Liar.
He's came in Stranger Things, more recently, Stranger Things for a few episodes, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, the remake of Black Christmas, the last two Mission Impossibles, the two Dead Reckonings, he's in those. It's a lot of good stuff. Also, an episode of Seinfeld. He plays one of Elaine's boyfriends in one of the episodes.
Hey, Elaine's
he's in a lot
boyfriends
of stuff.
Have had some careers.
Absolutely. So is Jerry's girlfriends.
All right, Leigh Whanell is Adam. Oh, I forgot to mention Cary Elwes is Dr. Lawrence Gordon or Larry. Depend how close you are to him, right?
Right.
Leigh Whanell, Adam. You know him from the Saw movies, a few of them. whether it be flashbacks or what have you. My daughter still hopes that he lived through this ordeal and he makes it into the next one coming out, but we'll see.
Well, he does. Well,
I mean, it shows,
we can talk about it later,
right.
but he doesn't.
Yeah. He doesn't.
Well, in Saw 3,
it shows
he doesn't.
like a skeleton, right? Or something.
In Saw 3, he gets suffocated by Amanda.
Oh, I forgot that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She bags him, suffocates him.
Bags him.
So she goes and she goes back to the room where he's left, finds him, suffocates him.
Oh, so she finishes the job.
Yeah,
that's horseshit. But there's movies
fucked
that
up.
like the Halloweens where like they kind of forget what happened in some sequels.
Yeah, I'm sure
they can do it.
Yeah.
All right. But here's the more impressive part about Leigh Whanell. Writer. He wrote Saw. He wrote Insidious. He wrote Dead Silence, Cooties, Invisible Man, and Wolfman. I mean, he's got some good movies on
Cooties
his
is so much fun.
I was just gonna say Cooties is gonna wind up on it soon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Justin, I think we watched that together. If I'm not
We
mistaken.
did?
I think so.
Probably.
Oh, it's so much fun. Elijah Wood and Rainn
Right.
Wilson, and they're
Yep.
school teachers, and the kids get exposed to some virus through like chicken nuggets, and the kids are basically turned into
Okay.
Dawn of the Dead at the school.
You've heard of. I mean,
That's
we can't go on a
It's
tangent
fun.
on here, but like. You've heard of absentee eating, where you're like, kind of like not paying attention to what you're eating, but that nugget, man.
God damn, man. If you know, you know.
All right, let's get back to the starring. Danny, I'm getting too old for this shit. Glover, as Detective David Tapp.
I completely forgot he was in this movie.
Yeah,
He was too old for this shit 17 years ago
Right.
as Roger Murtaugh.
Wasn't he like 35 or something?
I don't know.
So we know him from the Lethal Weapons, Shooter, Predator 2, Maverick, Jumanji Next Level, and anything else, guys, that you can think of?
Operation Dumbo Drop. Yeah, I think
Oscar.
he
Didn't that
definitely
one win
he
the
definitely
Oscar?
peaked early. You
Right.
know,
He also played a serial killer.
The Color Purple.
Oh, he
in
did
that
play.
with Dennis Quaid. It was like he was on trains and shit.
What was that one?
I can't remember the name. It'll come to me. Or
But yeah,
I'll
Color
search it on
Purple,
Google.
Lethal Weapon franchise.
Wasn't he in Beloved, maybe? Or
I don't
Color
know.
Purple for sure.
But then, he does like Operation Dumbo Drop, Angels in the Outfield, a movie called Gone Fishing, which was big when the grumpy old men
that Joe Pesci?
Yeah, it's him and Joe
Okay.
Pesci trying to play like an odd couple kind of role, like when Grumpy Old Men was big there in the late 90s. Was Grumpy Old Men's great. Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. But
what about Grumpier Old Men?
it's also great. Both of them are great.
Switchback.
Burgess
Yeah, it was
Meredith is
Switchback.
great in those two.
He was in The Dead Don't Die.
I don't remember him in that one.
I don't either.
Which I don't remember that movie much. I didn't love that one. Did you?
That
Okay.
one. That
Don't
one's
let-
not
don't
going to
get me
make it
started
on the
on that
podcast.
one. Ken Lung, Detective Stephen Singh from Lost and Old. He's kind of a character actor. Never really had a giant role. Thoughts on him? Anything or no? Okay,
I got nothing.
moving along. Dina Meyer. Okay, Dina Meyer. I don't care what else it says. Starship Troopers is where I remember her from. Yeah, and I won't go too far into that one because my wife listens to the pod.
Wait, who was that one? The
Dina-
blonde or the
Her name's Carrie in this
one
movie.
who survived the?
It's the
trap?
one that's in the co-ed shower. How about that? In Starship Troopers. She wasn't in this one for long.
All right.
No, I mean, what
Sounds
character in
Saw?
In Saw, what?
In
was
Saw,
the
she
one
was like
with the-
another detective that's basically prepping,
Oh, the first detective.
basically summarizing the scene to Danny Glover.
All right, got it.
Okay. Michael, always a creepy bad guy. Emerson as Zep Hindle. You know him from Lost, Person of Interest, maybe Elspeth, Evil, Fallout. He's not always creepy, but like his best roles are as a creepy.
He just has that face.
How many fucking people were on Lost? Every one of these
We're getting there.
podcasts, we look at actors and we look at what
Yeah.
they've done to talk about this stuff. Every motherfucker's been on Lost.
Lost was a great
I'm like-
show.
But there's only so many people on this
99%
this
great.
deserted island. Are they like? I never saw it. Are there like more people showing up? I'm like, who the?
Yeah,
Do you
kind
want-
of.
We can
That's
spoil
so
it. You want us to
fucking-
spoil it?
No, don't spoil it. Well, yeah, they time travel or it's some stupid ending.
Well, they
I
do
don't
a
know.
good job of like,
But whatever. I'm
all
like-
the people on this plane basically survived, like 150 of them. And then when they need it, I guess, to give somebody a payday, they just bring in a character that you know that they were, you just never saw them the whole season,
yeah.
but they were on the plane.
This show's lacking, so let's just get this guy for an episode to get people to tune
Right.
in.
Lost
Pretty much.
was a show that I watched as it came out, right? Every episode that as
Yep.
it came out, and the ending of it still did not land. No pun intended.
Didn't land the
They didn't
plane.
land the plane.
I thought it was fine, whatever. Mary hated it too.
The ending?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Shawnee Smith was Amanda, who's the Bear Trap Survivor Saw franchise. That's pretty much what she's known as.
Summer School.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Some
Yeah.
TV stuff too.
No,
I don't remember her. As
No,
In that
the
movie,
movie.
Summer School, with
Mark
Hamill.
yeah.
Not Mark Hamill.
Yeah, it's Mark. No, not Mark
No,
Hamill.
Mark's Corvette. Summer.
Harmon.
Mark Harmon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark Hamill was
USC
Corvette.
running
Summer.
back, Heisman Trophy winner, All-American. Turned to acting instead of football.
It's a handsome dude
Wise
right
choice. Wise choice.
there. Monica Potter was the wife. Allison Gordon. Last House on the Left. Patch Adams. Along Came a Spider. Goliath. Parenthood. Anything else?
Con Air.
Oh
Nicolas Cage's
yeah.
wife.
It was
On air.
It was the wife of
Yep.
Nick Cage. All right. And then, of course, our villain, Tobin Bell, a.k.a. Jigsaw, a.k.a. John Kramer, I believe. Mississippi Burning, Goodfellas, Seinfeld, In the Line of Fire, The Firm. Anything else?
So did you say The Sopranos?
I did not say
The West
Sopranos.
Wing,
Probably
Alias,
100 other
24.
shows, too.
Yeah, he's in
Character
a
actor,
lot of like one-off episodes in
He's
some
one
of
of
these
those
shows.
character actors that's
Yeah.
in everything. Has a career of just
I mean, he's
being
in,
in
I think,
everything.
4 Oscar-winning movies: Tootsie, Mississippi Burning, Goodfellas. Can't remember.
Nice.
Yeah. This one, Saw, was this a Academy Award-winning film?
Well,
Probably not.
probably.
No, but he's he's small character actor, small roles in a lot of these. I mean, he's most iconic for this. His voice is so iconic.
What horse?
What are you talking about? But yeah, he was trained by Ellen Burstyn of obviously The Exorcist fame. He was
Ellen F. and Bursting?
Yeah,
Oh, my
trained
God.
by her in film school and
That's
acting
awesome.
school. Recently, he was in a movie called Altered Reality with my guy Lance Henriksen of Terminator and of the Alien franchise. Pretty good. Not bad movie. Good movie. Yeah. It's on Tubi if you
Do
want
you
to watch
think-
it.
I
Not
mean,
a horror, but it's good.
We don't typically go into this, but is this the it goes on his Tombstone movie right
Yeah,
now?
of course. Yeah.
He's in Fangoria's like Hall of Fame for this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Chainsaw Award winner for Best Villain in for Saw 2. Not for this one, for Saw 2.
Does anybody else get this movie on their tombstone as the best achievement? I don't think so.
I mean,
No.
James Wan?
You're right.
No.
Careful.
Yeah, we'll get in. We'll talk more about that later, probably.
Right.
But I mean, at least it's your jumping off point for guys like James Wan
Sure.
and Leigh Whanell. Without this, they don't go on to do the other things they do.
So 7.6 out of 10 on IMDb users. Mine was a 9 out of 10 on the IMDb. What's your IMDb score for this one, guys?
You go first, Mike.
Don't use decimals.
I mean, I'd give this a solid 8. 8 out of 10. I think it had me enthralled right from the jump. They jump right into it. They're trapped in the room. They're trying to figure it out. There's some flashbacks to some other stuff. There's some creepy stuff. There's some gory stuff. I just like this all the way through. And the twist ending. Amazing twist ending.
I'm going to go with like a 6.35.
6.3572.
It's a
I think it's how you saw it, though.
it's good. No, but I saw it after I
right,
left
but
Korea.
like
But
after you lose all the surprise. You
no,
lose all
I
the-
mean it's not like the bootleg copy was like all you see is them running around in front of a green screen. It wasn't that bad, although there are those versions out there. Not of this movie, but other movies.
Fair enough.
But I mean, it was just something about it. Maybe the sequel, because I think I only made it through Saw 2.
So
but
tainted it.
it kind of tainted
Taint.
it for me. But as a standalone movie, it's a good movie. It's
It's passing grade.
it's not a splatter. It's like the tomato meter splatter. Like I mean, it's
The
just
rotten.
like
It's not a rotten.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll ignore Charlie on this one. It had a 46 Metascore and a 50% tomato meter, which do those normally line up? Because those are both the
No.
critics.
What was the
critics.
popcorn?
Yeah, I
The
think
popcorn meter-
Metacritic takes the more credible critics into
Okay.
it. Rotten Tomatoes will take anyone that posts on a blog what they thought about it and call it a critic score.
Gotcha.
So.
So 84 on the popcorn meter. That's closer to what I thought, and the IMDb users thought.
That's
and,
fair.
And Mike.
Yeah.
Released 10/29/2004. Budget of $1.2 million.
Wow.
Opening weekend, $18.27 million opening weekend. So it made its money back right away.
The Grudge beat it out by a couple million.
Beat it off.
Beat it out.
Oh, wrong podcast.
Okay. But still, that's a great weekend for horror movies, especially in 2004, right?
For sure. Yeah.
Gross U.S. and Canada, we had $56 million And worldwide, though, we had $104 million. That's quite the return overseas.
Yeah.
Well, it might have helped that they were these are two Australian kids that came over here and did this, but not sure. Film time of 18 days.
Yeah.
From
bang this out
from
quick.
beginning to end, they took
That's so
18
weird. I mean,
days
like
to
we
do
we
this.
just did The Strangers, and that had like a $9 million budget, and they didn't have Danny Glover.
It looked a lot better though. Like The Strangers, as far as quality of this, like
I
what
don't
they were
know.
able to do.
I don't know.
Well, so I think a lot of them were paid. A lot of the cast were paid in points or percentages,
Back end stuff.
And so
Yeah.
Juan and Whanell were film school buddies. Decided they were going to make this movie together. Were convinced to move from Australia to LA to make this movie, to get it available to more producers because they gotten turned down left and right. So they came to LA, made the short film. Or they made the short film, then
In
came
Australia,
to LA.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
They
They
brought it with
made
them.
the short film, distributed that everywhere. And then what the producers that picked this up were like, hey, if you can
Start tomorrow,
if
basically.
we can give you $1 million, if you can make it for under $1 million, like it's yours, like we'll do it.
Right.
And like get started like right now.
Right.
And I think they cast one of the producers, I can't remember his name, but one of the producers was Cary Elwes' manager. So that's how they got him on board in the lead role. And Cary Elwes read the script. They said he read the script in one sitting and was like, I'm in. Like Tobin Bell was like, incredible, love it, best, awesome ending. They're like, you're gonna have to lay on the floor for like 14 days. And he's like,
Seven,
yeah,
seven.
like and he's like, sure, I'll do it. I'll do whatever. I don't care.
And Danny Glover, they probably were like, it's another cop movie. He's like,
And yeah, they had Danny Glover for 2 days. He shot all his stuff in only 2 days.
It shows. All right.
But yeah, but they saved a lot of money by having, some of the sets. The only set they built was the bathroom set, and then everything else was done on already existing stuff. So some of the police office interrogation rooms are stuff that has already existed in other shows and movies, and they're like rehashing that.
Mike's got all my facts for him.
I'm
I like
sorry,
it. No.
man.
I love
I
it.
didn't homework this.
I love it, yeah.
I'm wild card.
Charlie, what facts do you have
Hold on.
for
I
us?
got 0 facts.
Jerk. Okay, so there is a Lacey Street Production Center, was what Mike's referring to.
Yep,
It's one,
that's the one.
like basically converted warehouse, converted industrial space that had pre-existing police room set and apartment set and hospital set. They only made the one bathroom scene, and that was great. So yeah,
I mean, the production, like we have said before, we're not part of the movie industry. We don't know how
hoping to
shit's
be.
made. And I thought it would be kind of interesting. I don't know about that. But like, I kind of feel like producer, like I know they have it's not like I'm the producer, so I go out and do all this stuff myself. I know they have people that work for them to do all this shit.
felt
But to
location
put that
scouts.
together, like whoever the location guy was for this is genius.
right.
Like to find a one-stop shop that has everything you need for this movie. That
Right.
beautiful.
Another thing they had to fight against was visa paperwork, or like visiting visa paperwork, because they're from
Right.
Australia, so they only had X amount of time. They basically had to show up the day before shooting. There was no real read through.
Do they
things like that?
come through on like a regular visa or work
Well,
visa?
I
So-
don't know, visitor pass, but I would imagine.
But you can't work.
James Wan,
Oh,
James
maybe there's
Wan-
some- they had to go to Canada to get that squared
well,
away, right?
yeah. So James Wan is of Malay. He was born in Malaysia, and so he has Malaysian descent, but with an Australian passport. So there was some hangups with him getting in. So he spent like a month or so in Ottawa in Canada, and they're mailing him pictures, or they're just sending pictures back and forth through email,
Storyboards, yeah.
storyboards, like interviewing over the phone. Like he's not there. Like they're building sets. They're like, "What do you think about this?" Send him a picture. He's like, "Looks great," or add this, or take away that, or whatever. Like he's not there helping. He's got to do all this remotely because of his issues getting into here to work.
Thanks,
So.
Obama. Or was that even?
This would have been Bush time.
Oh, thanks, Bush.
Thanks, Bush.
Yeah, Mike or somebody alluded to the fact, the one-stop shop element of it. There were some rooms that didn't even have a purpose. Like they weren't set, so they're like, hey, let's put Amanda's bear trap scene in this empty room. We won't show everybody it's an empty room just because we'll build the camera around it, stuff like that.
Yeah.
James was walking around just exploring the set and was like, what's down that door? And it's like, oh, that's the crawl space. So he's like, that's a cool room. We got to shoot down here. That became the razor wire scene. Just a lot of fun stuff there. Because they couldn't get it funded in Australia, they spent the 9 months or so before they went to America. Mike referenced this, making a movie, making a working short movie with the bear trap, with Billy the Clown. Billy the Puppet. Sorry, he's not a clown, but he kind of clown-like, right?
Looks like it.
So when Cary Elwes came to visit...
Cary Elwes. Michael Myers. When Cary Elwes came to visit James and Leigh the first time, they had the advantage of a bear trap to show him, Billy the Puppet to show him. Just all this cool stuff that like he's like, okay. And they, of course, they watched the movie, right? All right. Any other talking on the nerdy stuff?
No, I'm good.
It's a fun story, though. Taglines, I don't know. I am relying on Mike here to give me the poster one, but I have taglines of death is a shortcut in Denmark. Get out of here, Denmark.
It probably translates differently.
Right. Right.
Didn't know your audience.
Sorry, Denmark. Actually, we appreciate you listening.
Have we had a download from
No
from
Denmark
yet?
downloads, and that's why I'm angry with them.
The tagline on the movie poster is, every puzzle has its pieces.
Okay. Also weak. Let the games begin was listed. Live or die, make your choice. A line from the movie. I want to play a game. Oh, yes, there will be blood. And then the inverse of what Mike just said, every piece has its puzzle, was also used in marketing. Thoughts? Any other ones?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
I have one. When you're confronted with a clue that says follow your heart and a heart is on a toilet, search the tank first.
Yeah.
That's a little bit long.
It's very long.
Yeah, we'll workshop that one.
Search the tank first.
Search the tank
So you
first.
think Jigsaw took a shit in there just to make it extra gross? Because he went in there first.
They reference...
I think what we haven't seen yet is the Saw Terrifier crossover where Art the Clown is Jigsaw's first prisoner, and he's like, hello, Art. You've been given a super laxative. You need to fill this toilet up in under 60 minutes and then take your shit and draw a heart with it. And then he loved it so much that he smeared his name and shit everywhere he went. Then on.
So he had to make him clean it up and redo it. That's too much. That's too much.
Yeah. So we do have a surprising amount of movies that involve scat play, if you will.
Scat play.
Drawing with your shit, right? Okay, so...
Terrifier. And this one, and what else?
Well, you know what? That's 20% of our films that we've done. This is our 10th episode, guys.
Oh, I thought you meant in general.
Congratulations, by the way, 10th episode. Or 10th
Is that a milestone episode?
I'll drink to that.
Woo.
All right.
All right.
And we're drinking
scotch.
I tried to class these guys up a little bit by bringing some scotch today. Some Glenlivet single malt 12-year.
Solid.
It tastes pretty good.
Easy scotch.
I like it.
An easy scotch.
Definitely
not a scotch drinker, but this is good.
All right. As we try to do, let's try to go through the sequence of events, the movie, in a way that is still fun for the audience.
Yeah, I'm curious how it's going to go because it's tough because this movie bounces around flashbacks and flashbacks.
Yeah.
It's going to go differently.
Flashbacks.
It's going to go differently. I'm really going to try to sum up. Maybe an act, and then let's talk about what we pull from that. All right, so we're gonna, act one basically would be the beginning of the movie, where we start in the bathroom. Right, we don't know what's going on. We see a man submerged in water with something floating around his face, and then kind of madness ensues. He bursts out of the water, can't breathe. Sees another man in there, fumble around for some lights. Anything that we need to touch on that real quick?
Well, we see a key go down the drain when he panics.
I didn't see that it was a key. I was just like some little floating, blinking light.
I saw
thing.
something.
I saw it looked like a key to me, like an old skeleton key.
I feel like if you're looking for it to be a key, it's a key.
I didn't know what it was, so
because I watched it on rewatch. I saw something floating around, but it was kind of vague, right?
But they show the drain a couple of times. The key has the little light on it. Yeah. Right. I could kind of make out it was a key.
Watching it the second time, you're like, okay, they are showing us something important is going down.
And maybe I don't remember exactly what I saw 21 years ago when I saw this in the theater, but on rewatch, it was like, oh, there's the key.
What? First of all, how do we feel that this movie's old enough to drink?
Makes me feel old.
Right? Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Somebody born in anyway.
But it doesn't, I mean, other than the actors in there, it's not really, and the phones, of course. It's
Those
not really
phones.
dated. I mean, the dialogue wasn't full of, groovy and, like catchphrases.
See if
in
this
the
guy has a
80s.
MySpace page.
It's still,
See?
it still plays well, I think.
All right, okay, I said we were going to not try to, go too micro on this one and keep it macro, but explain how long he was in the tub, because that's bothering me. On rewatch, I'm like, how long was he in the water?
Yeah, asleep and shocks himself awake. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So do you think that's what woke up?
No,
The
I
shock?
didn't mean shock because that happens. I just mean like he wakes up like, oh my gosh, I'm in the water.
Can't breathe.
Yeah. So I really don't know.
So he gets up, and then like Carrie's all like, or Larry, Cary and Larry.
Yeah.
Lawrence is all like, don't bother screaming. I've already tried it. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, how long have you been there? Like, have you heard all this shit going on?
How could there's things in this
There's
movie
plot
that,
holes.
that
There
gets,
are plot holes.
It's like a plot. Like if he's like heavily sedated and you put him underwater and he
Probably gonna
can't
drown.
reach consciousness,
He's going to drown.
he's going to drown. His body's just going to breathe in the water.
Yep.
He's going to convulse and he's going to drown. Or if you put him in, like the timing is really tight,
So
and there's
tight.
not enough time for Jigsaw to get him in that water, while the other guys, it seems like he's already been awake for a little bit, and him not hear him do it and say, hey, there's a third person in here.
Yeah.
I'm workshopping this out. I think maybe there's a timer on the faucet that, maybe
That would
see
make
it.
sense.
Right.
That was kind of what if I was going to make an excuse for it, that's what I'd go with.
Right, and
he's
was
put in
woken up by-
he's put in an empty tub. Somehow the water turns on, fills up, wakes him up. Water turns off
I didn't even think
because
about that. That would be the
he's
only way
got
to do
shit
it.
rigged up like that in this
All right.
movie.
So they get the lights on, and this is the pitch basically that James gave to Leigh for the reading. It's like, okay, there are two men, opposite sides of the room. There's a seemingly dead body in the middle of them. On their person is a tape, right? A tape with a clue on it. And the person in the middle, the dead body, the corpse we'll call him, has a tape player. So they have to figure out how to start this process of getting these clues. Thoughts up to this point? Are we good?
I'm
Yeah, we're
with
good.
it.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
it was
in.
good.
Like, if you gave me that
Yeah.
idea, I'm like, holy
They pull
shit.
a
that's
tape
brilliant.
out, says play me. Like, I'm in. Let's go.
Right.
Yep.
Great.
I want to hear what's on there.
This is what my brain needed before there were escape rooms. This was perfect, right? It's
Yeah.
like, here's
We didn't
puzzle
have
box.
them yet, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't recall
I mean,
them
maybe
this early.
weird sex parties or something.
We were
but-
like in Portland.
No, they were still listening. In 2004, they were just starting to listen to their re-listen of Nirvana and everything like that. They've always been stuck in that grunge area up there, right? Now they got inflatable frogs on the street. It's crazy.
Freedom Frog.
Freedom frog. All right. So, yeah, they start to learn. Okay, one. I mean, you learn pretty early on this one what Dr. Larry Gordon's options are. Kill Adam or cut your damn. Well, we don't.
He doesn't give him.
We
the
don't have the
option-
saw
that
yet.
option.
We don't have the
that
saw yet. So we weren't pitched that idea. At this point, we're like, hey, maybe there's a key somewhere to unlock these chains, right? So,
Right.
Yeah.
all right. So, thoughts on that? It's basically kill Adam.
Yeah,
right?
he gives the tape he gives Adam has some like puzzle, some riddle kind of stuff in it. The tape he gives to Dr. Gordon, he's like, your goal is to kill Adam. And like, oh,
Right.
like straight out.
Not just cut his own foot off, but cutting his own foot off is a way to get to the gun
Yeah.
to kill Adam.
Right.
And he has to do it before 6.
Right.
Yeah.
He just has to figure out a way to kill Adam.
Yeah, and they notice the clock in the room is brand new,
Brand
so
new.
they want us to know what time it is,
Right.
all that kind of stuff.
Quite
So
frankly, I don't
he
think
has
I
to
would have
figure
seen
it
that
out.
right off the bat. I mean, I would have,
Yeah,
once I played the tape and it said you have till 6 o'clock, I would have, been paying attention to that
yeah.
clock.
And then it threatens his wife. It threatens his wife and kid,
Right.
Like, or else they'll die, like kind of thing. So the stakes are very high
Yeah.
for Dr. Gordon, much higher than Adam, I believe.
Stakes are high. Basically told, actually, in their pockets, who searched their pockets first? I think Adam searched his pocket and then Larry searched his pocket.
Yep.
They both find a note, a clue, essentially, and Lawrence finds a key. Obviously, the key isn't to their shackles,
Nope.
so it's we've all been in an escape room. It's we're going to use this later.
I have never been in an escape room.
Oh my gosh, Charlie, you need to go.
Because I've watched the movie
movies.
Escape, and I know that sheetrock can't hold me in an escape room. I'll be out of that motherfucker so quick.
They kick you out for being too awesome.
For being a record breaker,
Right, and a drywall breaker.
banned in the whole state.
So most of us have been in an escape room, and we realize that just because the key doesn't have a use now doesn't mean chuck it to the side, Adam.
Right.
You start to,
There were several times where
organize
they're
shit.
throwing shit around. Like, you're
Oh
going
my
to fucking
God.
need that. What are you doing?
Well, and okay. I mean, I hate when I picked it out like 5 different times. Like, hey, toss me that. And they're not that far apart, 15
Right.
feet.
Overhand
and it's
throws.
like, oh my God, he's throwing it into like the 4th row. I'm like, Jesus Christ, just toss it fucking
Right,
to
you're
him.
going to fucking break it.
And like, and Dr. Gordon like tosses him
Overhand.
one thing, like overhand. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Goddamn, bro.
I'm like, I know you guys are actors, and like, have you never played fucking sports in your life? Just
He's
fucking
British. He doesn't
Love it.
know.
toss
Like,
them. You've never tossed keys to a
Okay.
friend? Like,
Here's
hey,
some-
here you go.
Only overhanded.
Jesus
I
Christ.
think, Charlie, you've been involved in an egg toss, though, right?
Right?
That's how you should throw everything, like an egg toss.
Yeah.
You don't want to break it. You want it to be able to land softly
Like, here,
in their egg basket.
like,
Within
hey,
a
toss me
certain
that, and it's
distance
like
of
6
each
feet
other.
to the left. I'm like, you're only 20 feet apart. What the fuck are you doing?
All right, I guess we should give them a little bit of break. They are shackled. Who knows? They might be hangry.
I've never been shackled, so maybe
Right,
I would
that's
have
true.
overhanded that
That's
shit.
That's not what Mary said the other day. Sorry,
Mary talks too much.
Sorry, Mary. Okay, so we're slowly finding things out, right? Eventually, they get led. Okay, here's the gross part. Something says "follow your heart." Is it on the tape that Lawrence plays? I
Yes.
think.
At the end, he turns the volume way up because he thinks he hears something. So he plays it
Huge
twice.
assumption that people are going to play that tape long enough and hear that whispering. That one would have
Little
a
bit of a
lost
stretch.
clue.
Yeah.
That would have been one of those things where I had to call for a clue in the escape room.
You got a
I'm
bad ear, too.
like, I do. If I listened it on the left ear, it'd be
I didn't hear
I'd be
shit.
like, nothing. Anyway, it says follow your heart. They find a heart on a toilet, and whoo, Adam goes elbow deep in this toilet.
Yeah.
One of the best lines in the movie, though. Did you find something? And he goes, no solids.
No
One of
solids.
the best.
Oh,
lines.
my God.
It was wonderful.
And he pulls his hand out, and that shit is on his hand.
That's like wet concrete. Like that's like gross. Oh yeah,
And then he says, check the tank.
check the tank.
Like, if he's about to go into the toilet bowl, be like, no, check the tank
check
first.
the
No,
tank.
he lets him get balls deep in the
But he calls
shit.
himself out first. He was like,
Yeah, he's like, I should have checked the
Should
tank.
have checked.
which was awesome.
Yeah.
All right, inside the tank there are 2 hacksaws, and this is like, okay, it's getting a little grim here. Toss me a hacksaw. They both have a hacksaw.
Yeah.
And they feverishly go at their chains.
Chekhov's hacksaws.
Yeah, exactly. Chekhov's toilet water. So they feverishly go at their chains. We realize quickly this is not a chain hacksaw.
Not even
This
a
is-
scratch on those chains.
Those things are not budging.
Nope.
So much so Adam actually breaks his on his chain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thoughts so far? Are we doing good? Moving along?
good.
Yeah, we're doing good. We're
right.
about to get to the first where Cary Elwes
Yeah,
or
the
I gotta figure this out.
revelation.
Like, I keep saying the actor's name. Should we say the actor's name when we're talking about the actor, or then like the character name when we're talking about the movie? Like, so now Dr. Gordon feels like he knows this person instead of Cary Elwes
I
thinks he
think
knows
we
this
just
person.
go with what comes
Go with the
naturally
flow.
for you.
Whatever.
That's
Potato,
why
So
potato.
Dr.
Well.
Gordon thinks he knows the person's doing this, and then
Right.
we get to
flashback.
flashbacks to other things that Jigsaw has done.
Right. So yeah, it's the first maybe forced exposition, but it is exposition nonetheless. It is. So to your clue, this is Cary is close to Larry, so that's why I've been saying Larry. It's just like easier for me. But anyway,
good.
yeah. So he's like, I know who's doing this shit, and Adam's like, what do you mean you know who's doing this shit?
Because I was a suspect.
Because I was briefly a suspect. Little did he know he wasn't briefly.
He's a long-time
Jeez.
suspect.
He is still currently
Long enough for a
suspect.
sliced neck to heal itself.
Yeah, so basically, I think we've covered everything in Act 1. Good job, guys. Act
Nice.
1 is
High
done.
five.
Did we leave anything out?
Nah,
Okay.
nothing important.
Act 2 is where we find out. Okay, last Larry had heard the police still had not caught. We can't move past Act 1 without saying the line, which is he doesn't want us to cut through our chains.
Right.
He wants to cut through our legs or
Wants
feet.
us to cut through our feet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we're in at this point. We're fully committed, right?
Yep.
So we find out that one of the crime scenes, there was a pen light that was left. Good old Detective Tapp was check the prints. Those prints led us to Dr. Larry Gordon. He's the suspect numero uno.
Yep. And he's the doctor of Jigsaw, of John Kramer.
Yeah.
And we see that because that's right before the detective interrupts him.
He's doing his rounds.
So he's doing his rounds with, I think, medical students, tell him about the patient. He's got an inoperable brain tumor that started with colon cancer and led to that. And then we see the orderly Zepp, who's going to come into play, come in and be like, his name's John. And
He's got a name.
yeah. And
Right.
yeah,
At that point, I was like,
super creepy, orderly. Like, even on the first time I saw this, I'm like, well, that guy's coming back
Right.
later. Like, he's not.
Right,
They linger on him. The camera lingers on him for way too long.
Got that
and
crazy
then
look
you're
in his
like,
eyes.
okay, so this is why the doctor got picked.
Right.
Because he's being a
Right, because
dickhead.
he doesn't care enough about his patients
Right.
as human beings. Instead of, like this is always how they refer to the people laying there as patient A.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. So then he gets interrupted, and then the detectives interview him in his office
Call him
and
out.
reveal the pen light with his prints on it from the crime scene.
Which at this point, they also kind of, I don't know if he does research on his own or if they tell him about the different crime scenes that have happened. But we learn about the different scenes.
Yeah.
We learn about the razor wire first, I believe we learn about that
That's the first one, is Paul trapped in the razor wire.
And then we learn about we will talk about.
Hello, Paul.
We're going to talk about how fair or how survivable some of these traps are. I have notes on that later, but I just want to kind of run through them, pound through them real quick. So we have find the combination in the wall of a million numbers.
Yeah.
While you're with a candle
On a floor of broken glass while you're naked.
Right. Anyway,
covered in some kind of
Covered in flammable jelly.
gasoline.
I'll just throw out one word. That's bullshit.
With poison running through your veins.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
And
he
the antidote
overuses
is
that.
got a lot of poison.
The antidote is in the safe.
Like I gave you this poison that I'm the only one that has the antidote to. Come on, man. This ain't a 1955 James Bond movie with
Indiana Jones at the beginning,
right.
where he's like, "I have the antidote."
I'm the only one that has this poison and the antidote.
Yeah. So we quickly learn that this is a killer. Okay. He's technically not a murderer. Yes, he is, guys.
Yeah,
We don't need that.
He says that line like he technically never killed anybody.
technically never killed anybody. Yes, he
that is not holding up in court.
Right.
Court of law. Technically, I didn't kill those people.
Court of law says if
And
you
one
had
of the
anything
later
to
ones,
do-
I'm pretty sure he pushes a foot pedal to start the drills that go into the guy's neck. Like,
So
you fucking pushed the button on that one, dude.
that was in this one, right?
The dude didn't set that trap up himself.
I don't. Well, at this time, we didn't know that he slashed through a Tap's neck or any.
Right.
That stuff's coming up later.
Yeah.
So there's still, it's like he left them to their own devices. He gave them a choice. That's the justification of him not killing somebody.
He's a
with
fucking psychopath serial
Right.
killer. He doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't have to make
But
sense.
then we come to so quickly, Larry Gordon has to make a ethical decision. He has to say, if I have this alibi, but I was banging somebody from the office, so I'd have to come clean with that.
Yep. Doesn't know what to do. His lawyer's like,
Dude,
come clean, motherfucker.
I'd rather be known as a philanderer than a murderer, right?
And spending the rest of my life getting pounded in the ass in prison.
Right. That you would go straight to a federal pound you in the ass prison for that one, I think.
Yep.
If not for long though, you might get the chair or the lethal injuction or
Well, that's
something.
going
I
to be
don't know.
20 years.
Yeah. I mean appeals nowadays.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Nowadays. That dude who killed the Lindbergh baby,
Actually, still
18
alive.
months
Still alive.
from trial to chair.
Actually, nowadays they just take you straight from depends what state you're in, I guess. I don't want to get canceled, but there's some states that love flipping that switch. Anyway. So, all right. So he comes clean, and then he can no longer be considered a suspect. So, but for his parting gift, they make him listen to Shawnee Smith, Amanda's retelling of her experience, which was
The reverse bear trap.
probably the most iconic and maybe sold the movie trap there was. The reverse bear trap device, a spring-loaded reverse bear trap that will rip your face open in a certain amount of time. She was given the task of finding a key, which is in her quote-unquote dead cellmate's stomach. All right, I'll let you guys cook on this for a minute. Thoughts on this one?
I would have been cutting that guy open a different part. He'd be like, no, it's in his stomach. I'm like, oh, I'm just making sure. Just making sure, bro.
Before that tape, you know, like on game shows, like they answer a question and somebody answers before the question's over. Like I am fucking, before that tape is over, I'm starting to cut that guy open looking for that key.
Right. It's not in his foot.
So this toe webbing.
So behind his eyeball.
So this trap is what the short film was based on.
Right.
The reverse bear trap. Leigh Whanell plays the Amanda character in the short, and this is the scene from the short film.
Yep. Worked. It worked. It was very effective.
And Amanda becomes a pretty integral part of the series after this.
She does. So yeah, we'll talk about the details of the traps later. I keep having to catch myself because I want to go into it. But yeah, so for some reason they want Gordon to sit there for this and listen to it because I think they wanted to watch him react.
Yeah.
Maybe
He's a suspect.
He's a suspect. They're turn up the heat on him, if you will. He's got him in the hot seat. Basically, they say, why do you feel better after surviving this ordeal? And Amanda's like, I think he saved me. I was a drug addict. Now I'm not. Blah, blah, blah. Good for him. So would we say that Jigsaw is a good person?
Of course not. Now we know that she's not going to be a good person.
His whole thing is he's got terminal illness and he doesn't appreciate when other people don't appreciate that they are living. So if you're a drug addict, you may be trying to hit rock bottom. You may be trying to kill yourself.
Right.
Paul with the razor wire, he
tried to kill himself.
But Jigsaw's like, are you doing it for attention or are you doing it because you want to kill yourself? So now we're going to find out.
It's a good way to handle mental illness.
And
guys.
who was the other one? I can't remember what the motive was behind the guy with the flammable jelly.
I don't think they go too far into it. It's just a jumps.
But jumps to that one. But yeah, that's his whole thing is like, if you don't appreciate living, then like I'm going to make you appreciate living because I wish I would be fucking living because I'm going to die.
Live or die, make your choice.
Terminal illness. Yeah.
Right. So that was kind of one of the thoughts of everybody's heard of, okay, you get this horrible news. You have 2 weeks to live or you have 3 days to live. How does that change you? Leigh Whanell, I'll just call him Leigh, was kind of tinkering with the idea of what if you have more time? What if you have a year and you snap, right? What does that look like? What does that turn you into? How bitter do you get when people are walking around not feeling #blessed, right? So that was kind of the idea. Okay, so we got that, but he's no longer... Go ahead.
It just dawned on me.
Go. Uh-oh.
I had pancreatic cancer. And I was like... You were saying, well, what would it make you feel like? I didn't give a shit. I didn't give a shit about how anybody felt, about anything. I was fucked up for a long
to the
time.
Pool. You were like, fuck,
and I'm
living
like,
my best
this
life.
motherfucker, he's out here cancer free, and he's not.
This guy's calling me patient instead
I
of...
didn't even call. I didn't even
Charlie.
give a shit. Didn't care.
So you didn't snap and start making these weird designs in
That you know of.
Okay.
Hello, Justin.
Nice. Well, he did torture us.
Do you want to play a game?
By showing up to my pool in a Speedo. And as we instinctively look away from the Speedo, he says, oh, the Speedo had bald eagles on it. As we instinctively look away, he goes, don't look away from freedom. Good stuff. Good stuff, Charlie.
Yep.
Anyway.
Look or not. Make your choice.
Exactly. We made the choice not
I can't
to
look. Then you die.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically Act 2 in a nutshell. We kind of learn. Do we start to learn?
We're still in Act 2 because there's still a lot of movie to go.
We're still in it, but like that's a good summary of like what we find out in Act 2.
Right. Then we find more about. We get to the abduction or the kidnapping of Dr. Gordon's family.
We find out about the family. And the family,
and then they also we don't know if it's Jigsaw, if it's not.
If it's that.
We don't know
We don't
that
know
yet.
Zep yet.
It's a black leather coat, which is Jigsaw in the part where Detective Singh and Detective Tap find out, like,
Right.
they hear the fire
He's in,
alarm
like, a
in the
freaking-
Billy the Puppet video.
Yeah.
They hear the fire alarm. They're like, look up every fire
Oh,
alarm
they saw
call.
the gang tag, and that gave them the area.
Right.
to look.
And so then that's when they show up to where Jigsaw is in the middle of one of his setting up a guy, and they encounter him, and they are, shotguns, but they don't do anything. Like, this guy's about to drill this guy in the neck both ways, and they're just like, get down on the ground. Get down again. If you don't get down, I'm going to ask you again. Like, blow this motherfucker away. Anyway,
Yeah, that's what I was saying the whole time. It's like, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him.
So, yeah,
and then he gets close enough. He gets him to the ground, and then Detective Singh is trying to stop the contraption. And so we get that whole thing. And then he slices Danny Glover's throat with a retractable knife that comes out of his
We all
suit.
have. We all have one of those.
And then Detective Singh goes to get away. And, I mean, good job on his part. He uses his own pistol to shoot the drill bits off of the
Did
contraption.
that guy live?
I guess.
We never
don't
showed
know
him
in this
die.
movie,
Never
but
showed
yes.
him any
Yeah,
time
we
after
assume
that.
He doesn't get
lived.
drilled in the neck, but
Yeah.
because he does that. But then when Singh goes and walks out of the room, he trips tripwire, and about 8 shotgun shells go into his head.
He's chasing Jigsaw because Jigsaw got away.
Right.
And then boom.
Yeah, and Danny Glover's throat slit, so he's sitting there. But we end up finding out that he lives.
Funny trivia on that scene. That was actually a post-production reshoot where Leigh Whanell dressed up as Singh to get that shot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, fun stuff there.
Interesting.
But anyway, so yeah.
So there's a lot. Yeah, there's more.
There is more in the act. You're right.
Yeah.
I was going to put that in the other one.
We get the
'cause-
abduction. We get
Abduction.
because then we cut back to this. Why this going scene by scene is gonna be so hard because the flashbacks, flash forwards, whatever.
Right.
Because then we're back in the bathroom,
Back in
and
the
Dr.
bathroom.
Gordon talks about the last thing he said to his daughter.
Yeah. Right.
And we get him at the computer, but doing work and not paying attention to his
typing
kids.
like a caveman.
He is hunting and
Basically,
pecking a
never
little
seen
bit.
Hunting and pecking.
Not a great typer.
Yeah, and then he's not busy, too busy to read a book or whatever.
Right.
But then ends
Too
up going
busy-
and putting his daughter to
Too
bed.
busy to fully check the closet for a bad man in the closet.
Yeah, the bad man's
This
in
movie
the
could have been
closet.
different if you looked in the damn closet.
I'll tell you right now, if my kid says there's a man in the closet, comes into my room and says there's a man in the closet, I'm like, everybody, go get in the minivan.
Let's go.
I'm going to call 911.
Okay.
I'm going to wait till they show up.
Yeah. So, right. There's the flashback of the family, and then it cuts back to modern or present time. Do you want to see a picture of her throws his wallet to a stranger, in the room?
Yep.
First of all, come on. Who throws a wallet? I don't know. I guess they got bigger problems right now than what's in the wallet. But
My wallet will have exploded.
like George Costanza.
Right.
But yeah, they find a picture in the wallet, which has a picture of his family being tied up and, showing this is real. There's a real threat to your family. And 2, on the backside, there's a clue, which Adam chooses to hold on to for a while, which when time is of the essence, you probably shouldn't hold on to any clues. But I think at least that was I have information you don't kind of thing. This might be valuable to me situation. He says later that he couldn't show him his family like that. What do we think, guys?
We'll move on.
Maybe a combination of both. Move on. Okay, so tells him basically to turn the lights off. Shows
That's the big part, yeah.
X marks a spot. They crack open a certain spot on the wall with the back of the hacksaw. Find a box in there. Ooh, that's what this key goes to, this box.
And Dr. Gordon is like, how'd you know to do that? Like,
Right.
you're a dumbass. How'd you figure it out to turn the
You
lights
dumb.
off? Right?
Right.
So yeah, Dr. Gordon was skeptical but did it anyway. They got the box open after Adam had to look around for the key for a while because he threw it like an idiot earlier. He didn't set it down nicely. This might come in handy.
Yep.
Anyway, inside are 2 cigarettes and a note and a lighter, perhaps.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
so.
Basically.
Oh, and a bullet.
And a bullet.
And a bullet.
Yeah.
Number 1 with a bullet.
One bullet.
1 bullet. So basically the note says, hey, there's more than one way to kill Adam, even though he gave him a bullet to do it. But he said, here's some cigarettes.
Reminds
Reminds him of the poison. In
More
the
than
blood.
one way to
Yeah.
kill him.
Yeah.
The doctor picks up on that, of course. Dips the cigarette in blood without telling Adam what he's doing. All sly-like. I like it. I liked how he's thinking. Decides to turn the light off.
Yeah.
Starts whispering.
And at this point, Adam has uncovered that there's a camera in the room.
Oh, right.
That's a big part. Yeah.
He was throwing shit. He was freaking out earlier.
Yeah,
when
he broke the mirror,
his
realized it's a two-way mirror, broke it the
Right.
rest of the way. There's a camera in there.
Right.
Which, because when they're looking at the other crime scenes, and the detective tells Danny Glover and Detective Singh, like, hey, this guy likes to get a front row seat to his traps or whatever. Soon after that, when they uncover the camera, you're like, oh, that's the front row seat, which also throws you off the scent of the dead guy.
Right.
In the room.
Why would he need that if he's in the room with him?
Right.
Right. So they stage this whole kabuki theater. They stage hey, you need to pretend like you die after you smoke this cigarette.
Right.
So I can, achieve my goal of killing you.
Yep.
Adam gives probably the best death scene, ever recorded, like Oscar worthy death scene.
This is what I would think a non-actor would do if
Right.
they were pretending to die.
Right. It was a lot. It was almost like
really bad.
if Bugs Bunny was told to die. This is what Bugs Bunny would do. Exactly like that.
Oh, the death scene in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie.
Oh, Paul Rubens is
Paul Rubens.
Yeah. You remember The Mask when they catch him, the bad guys catch him at the club
Right.
and they shoot him and he's like, "You got me, partner," and he's like, "Ooh, ah, ee, ooh."
That was
Like that's what this felt like.
it was
Just
actually perhaps
so
more
bad.
believable than Adam's
Maybe,
death right
yeah.
here. So what's funny is then I did it. I killed him. Adam starts convulsing like he's being shocked by something because he was. We don't know by what yet, but it was a test to see if Adam was really dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun stuff. We've realized that he's shocked now.
Yeah. And I think when those lights go off, is it when the lights go off that we realize that the camera watching them is somebody is watching that camera in the same room.
You are right.
As mom and daughter.
You're right.
No,
maybe a little
not
earlier.
until
Once
later
earlier than that.
did I realize
when they
that.
break the when they break the mirror, I think there's a quick. It's almost like Inspector
Somebody's
Gadget, where you
watching.
see from the back, you see a hand. I see you. He waves, kind of thing.
Right.
So somebody's watching it from afar. Right.
But we don't know who yet.
We don't know who yet, but I think
But then we
definitely
see
know by now.
somebody with black leather gloves, leather outfit, and we see Jigsaw wearing that in the scene where he slits Danny Glover's
Right.
throat. So we assume, but we don't know.
Sometime between that and now, I think they do show us Zepp, but Zepp is definitely leaning in, trying to hear what's going on on the screen. Right. I do believe it's before this that we actually see Zepp's face at the window, and we see that Detective Tapp is still obsessed with this whole thing, which to me is a cop. Well, if he was a cop, he probably should have, checked out why this weird man's looking through the window. I don't know. Thoughts on that? Yeah.
That was kind of weird. I mean, wouldn't you think that was Jigsaw going to get
Right.
the guy as opposed to somebody's in your suspect's apartment and looking out the window and you see him and you're like, oh, you're after him too?
Right.
Right. Yeah.
I think I was
There's still
distracted.
civilians in there.
Are you waiting for him? Yeah.
I think I was distracted by the apartment because I'm like, that's a warehouse. It's not an apartment.
Unfortunately,
It looked like a loading dock where the
Unfortunately,
window is.
I started,
And that's part of we talked about the low budget and they shot all this in one place kind of thing. But yeah.
I'm going to give a shout out to another podcast, which might be the first time we've done this on this show. Dead Meat had a whole whole summer of Saw or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I started listening to it and probably got about 20 minutes in, but I had to stop because I was like, I don't want this to, change how we're going to record ours. But that was like their biggest beef, was just that the apartment setup. It's like, it looked like someplace that you'd go to get your pictures taken as a kid, like with the backdrops and all these things, right? It did not look like an apartment that a affluent doctor would live in.
Yeah.
Right
Well,
next to
especially
it.
from the outside. Like from the outside,
oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
like when he's
From
looking
the
out
outside,
the window, it's like, dude, that's a warehouse. That
That's
ain't
a
an apartment.
warehouse window. People like that industrial feel.
Yeah.
They like.
But I mean, like areas and cities
Exposed
get
pipes.
regentrified.
Right. Yeah.
And, there's a lot of apartments that used to be like warehouse, like even in
That's
St.
true.
Louis. I
Yeah,
mean, like
you're
they
right.
just get walled off, and even like the big metal sliding
gosh.
doors. I've seen a lot of movies that have apartments with those big giant metals. The part that got me was the cop is right across like an alley or a street from that apartment, and the shittiest
Oh my gosh.
cockroaches
Oh, yeah.
infested.
Newspapers everywhere. It's
Like you have
Yeah.
an apartment that they probably paid a couple $1 million for, right across the street from an apartment you
It's-
can rent for
it's
$5 a
odd.
week.
it's odd. So in my line of work, I have to evaluate different, living areas for like loans and things like that, right? So
I thought you were going to say traps.
right, I do have to look at traps. And there has been times where people have taken me into the most rundown buildings, and they're like, "You just don't see the vision."
I get that.
Like, there's people that want exposed pipes, and
yeah, I
They want it to look like the inside
would
of a
like
Chipotle.
an apartment in a city like that.
not the one I'm referring to in my head, but like
Okay.
some of them are. Yeah, like where Danny was in his, right? It's
Oh.
like, you don't get it. People want this. I'm like, no, they don't.
No, I don't get it.
Right. So anyway, where were we? We were talking about the apartments. We see Danny Glover.
Yeah, he
knows it.
sees Zepp over there.
He probably should have called it in. Hey, you can still be a hero by solving it. You don't have to be the one to
that's a
catch in the
nitpick.
act.
I'm like, why are you not calling this
Right.
in? Kind of thing.
He
Like,
sees Zepp. So we know that Zepp is bad guy. We know where he was from. We also, I believe we might have glossed over his scene of terrorizing Allison and
with the handgun.
girl. Right.
I was going to
handgun.
get to that when we get later.
Listening
but
to the heart as the gun goes closer. I do believe he needed the mother and the daughter, to believe that he was going to kill them, so that when they talked to Lawrence, that they were
Okay.
credible.
That makes
right?
sense.
I do believe that. I know where. I think like nobody told him to be an evil man.
Well,
said-
yeah, because my nitpick was no one told him to do like. And later on in the movie, we find out Zepp is also part of a trap, and this is part of it.
right.
So I'm like, this was not part of the trap, right? To like threaten them, you just have to like
Right.
appear
You
you're
don't
going
have to be evil while
So
you're doing it.
right.
I rewatched this movie last night, and it was the first time I had seen it in 20 years. So I remembered some of the movie, and I didn't remember a lot of the movie. And I remember part of the second movie, the sequel, where she, what's her name, is part of it. And I was thinking
Oh.
that he was also part of it, because that was completely unnecessary. His job is to survive, right? So we find out later that Jigsaw not blackmails, but like sets him up to die. So he has to do these things.
Right. There's
That part didn't make
Hey,
any sense.
guess what- guess
that
what's
would
in his
made me
system?
think that he was in on it, right?
guess what's in his system.
A
poison.
poison that
guess who
only
has the antidote?
Jigsaw has the antidote to. Overused in movies and bullshit.
So yeah, I believe
You're
that.
gonna knock off another 0.378 off your score for
Yep.
that.
Gone.
So I have had that same thought. It's like, you don't have to enjoy doing this.
Right,
You don't have
right.
to
Yeah.
get off on listening to their heart, as you're threatening to kill the mother or whatever.
right.
But yeah, I believe he needed them to sell the urgency of what he.
I
had to
don't
do.
think that would have been required. Tie someone up, break into
Right.
somebody's house,
Right.
tie them up. That's all. That's all you
Yeah.
need.
Right.
And show them you have a gun.
Hey.
You don't have to show them you have a gun.
Hey, to each their own. He let him improv. He's like, hey, however you got to get this to happen. right?
Sell it. Make me believe
Sell
it.
True.
Sell it. Make your choice. so anyway, yeah. So Zepp got him. We know it's Zepp now. Where were we in the movie? In the bathroom scene, we were at the
Oh, man. I
the
don't
staged death.
Yeah, the stage death. They get
death.
caught that didn't work.
Shocked him back to life. Right. So time is ticking away this whole time. Obviously,
Yes.
I believe this is probably when we see the detectives, find him. But yeah, it's as Mike mentioned, this is going to be a tough one to stay focused on, because we have present time, we have flashbacks, and we have more recent flashbacks. Right.
Right.
All right. So time is running out really badly.
There's a phone in that box.
There's a phone. Yeah, I forgot about the damn cell
But it's a phone you can't call
The
out
best-
on. It only receives calls.
only
What the
receives
fuck is that?
calls.
The best invention in the world is what Adam says, and then he sees cigarettes. The second best invention in the world.
Yep.
The phone, yeah, dial tone, but the dial tone did spark two things. It sparked Dr. Gordon's memory, right? And he's like, this has happened before. I've heard a deadline line sound before, right? So it made him remember. Basically, he was in the garage. For some reason, it made him think about being in the garage, you see a flashbulb happen. You start to see more.
Yeah.
There's more to the puzzle.
What is, again, this parking garage?
Oh, gosh.
Because we're talking about sets like...
Graffiti. That's...
What parking garage is this that's got like 5 spaces in it and it's like wood paneling on one side?
It's a shitty hotel parking garage.
And you think it's supposed to be the hospital because you think he's
think
at
it'd
the
just be in,
hospital,
like, a
right?
city,
That's
like in a
what the pager
downtown
was
area.
for
It
him.
has to
that
double
he was
as-
saying that it was.
It has to double as a hospital / shitty hotel parking lot.
Right.
Yeah, but when they flash back to it again, then you see
It's the hotel
a
parking
wider shot where it's like, oh, that's not a park on a garage in a hospital. That's a shitty little...
Yeah. It's a room in a warehouse again.
Right.
So now we learn how they were both taken, if you will.
Yep.
We
and
learned
Adam, did they get Adam on the phone yet?
Not
Where
they
Mrs. Gordon says, don't listen
believe
to
Adam.
Or no, I'm sorry, not Adam. They get
Lawrence
on the
yeah.
phone and his wife tells him, hey, don't listen to Adam's lies.
Yeah, this is all in the same rough area of the movie, right?
And Adam pulls more stuff out of the bag that the saws were in that was unbeknownst to Dr. Gordon at this time.
So yeah, you see him be taken by somebody in a pig mask. This is Lawrence.
Yep.
So that's like, okay, now I remember I'm here, right? And then the phone call happens. We find out Adam knows who he is, but the whole time the anxiety, the excitement, everything is building, right? Like Lawrence is running out of time. It's starting to panic, right?
Yeah.
This whole time.
Things start accelerating fast.
He hears that his family panicking, learns about Adam knowing more than he said. And then Gordon, first time he really breaks down as far as like that cool level of cool. Accuses Adam of being a liar, and Adam says something of, I'm the liar. You're the one that's banging your secretary in a shitty hotel, essentially, right? Mm-hmm. So we know that as Charlie opens the scotch some more. Yeah, so we know there's more to this this puzzle. Adam, we find out he was the one that was taking his pictures. And we also see that
Danny Glover comes into his apartment when he's developing the pictures.
Detective Tapp.
See what I mean? Danny Glover doesn't come to his apartment. Detective Tapp
Danny Glover comes to his
apartment. We know.
He says, "You may know me from Lethal Weapon."
I'm too old for this.
I'm too old for this.
So he's the one.
Let me see them pictures.
Like you assume it's the wife for some reason that knows he's cheating on him. That's how typically these private eyes get paid.
Right.
But it's Danny Glover just trying to keep tabs on him and all this stuff. But once again, after he finds out that he's just banging his coworker or whatever, don't you think that should make a sane person say, maybe it's not the guy?
A dead lead, yeah.
Right, dead lead.
But is Detective Tapp sane?
Yeah.
Is Detective... I want to get into this later, but is Detective Tapp a good detective? What do we think?
I can tell you he's a shitty shot.
There's that.
The shitty shot. Nice alliteration.
We don't need no warrants. Who said anything about a warrant?
They go places without backup. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
This is when, help me out if I get this wrong, but I feel like Lawrence is shocked, like Adam was earlier, expelling the phone out of reach, right?
Right.
The phone starts ringing again. He can't get to it. His family needs him. Same time, there's shots going off in the apartment, right? Yep. Danny Glover, Detective Tapp, decides, hey, maybe now I should go over when I see all these shots going off.
Right.
There's all kinds of fights in the apartment. There's a pursuit.
The mom gets
upper hand.
Well, she gets untied, or she unties herself.
Right.
But still appears to be tied up to Zepp.
Overpowers Zepp.
Yep.
Gets the gun, has him at gunpoint.
Loses the gun.
Loses it.
Nah. I want to dwell on this a little bit. I would have shot that motherfucker.
So, counter thought is he's the only one that you think has information about where your husband is, right?
I don't think that would be going through my head at the time.
Okay, maybe shoot him in the crotch.
I'd fucking shoot him somewhere.
Shoot him in the hand that tried to touch your...
You put your hand on my daughter.
Yeah, there you go. You don't have that hand anymore. But yeah, he gets the gun back. There's more fighting that ensues. Danny Glover, Detective Tapp, comes in the apartment. Then there's a car pursuit. Which,
okay, hold on. I need to get back to that
Go for it,
shootout
go for it.
scene. So
More bad
shooting
shooting.
starts. Danny Glover takes
Detective
cover behind this 8-inch wide post. I mean, he's
That was hilarious.
spilling out in both directions, and it never shows these guys in the same shot, right?
Right.
But they're like 20 feet apart. Dude's laying on the floor, popping off at Danny Glover standing behind a
Post. Support beam.
sliver.
It's Tom Arnold in True Lies
no
behind
cover,
the lamppost on
right?
the street.
And they're shooting back and forth at each other, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" You could have disabled him by throwing the gun at him and probably would have hit him from that distance. And you can't get one shot in this
Right.
guy? Oh, she did stab him in the leg with scissors. or
Scissors, yeah.
something. Anyway, go ahead. I would just.
I know. I'm glad you jumped in with that because that part was a kind of an LOL moment there where he's like,
I'm like,
you can see his ass, like you can
Like,
see his
what the
stomach a little
fuck,
bit.
dude?
It's like, geez
like
Louise.
the funny thing would have been if showed them shooting back and forth at each other. This would have been like a. What's the movie that just came out with Liam Neeson where he plays
Naked Gun.
Naked Gun, and then you zoom out and they're like 6 feet from each other. Missing.
It was bad. It was bad. So then they do the car pursuit, which was filmed with stationary cars. They
Yeah,
had
fall
That was
machine.
crazy.
I
It just
mean,
keeps jumping back and forth, and they're going.
It felt old. It felt that part, but like it was necessary, right, to fit this 18-day shooting thing.
Like, was everybody out the flu that day, and just like the prop boy wound up directing these scenes?
So they put him in a dark room, and they had people running by with lights to recreate the
That's clever.
street lights, and they just
It's well done.
put some smoke. They did some bright lights inside the car to
Yeah,
let their
crew
faces
members
do
were
the
shaking the car.
If you have epilepsy, do not watch this scene. 'cause
Oh, that was good.
You will have
I thought
an episode.
It was fitting, and it was almost like there were a lot of scenes in this that felt end of the 90s, right? It felt like maybe the last holding on to the 90s, like shaky camera work and like,
Yeah.
like fast music driven stuff that felt like still part of the last decade, but I'm okay with it. I
Yeah.
loved it. All right. So there's a pursuit. So we have two things going simultaneously that are just both as equally exciting, captivating. We have Danny, Detective Tap, trying to get Zep, and we have Lauren starting to freak out. My family needs me. I can't get to the phone. I have no options. Adam tries to become the voice of reason. Calm down, man. Just calm down. We'll figure
because
out
he
a
knows
way.
what he's going to do when he gets free.
Right.
Right.
He knows what the last
He
option.
starts taking off his shirt. I'm like, what's he going to do with this shirt? He ties it around his leg, maybe his calf area.
Does not, by the way, do what Adam does in the beginning with his shirt and try to use his shirt to get the gun
Or the phone.
or the
Right, yeah.
phone. No, skips that part.
I mean, it was
The worst tourniquet I've ever seen in my life.
It was not a good
It's
turn.
not a good
And it
one.
wasn't even
It's
a
not where
tourniquet.
you
It was
put
just
it.
like he
It
tried
was
to.
loose as shit. I
That's
think
not
he's
where you put one.
He tied it.
trying to stabilize the leg, and he was chewing on the other end. One, you thought he was tightening, but I think he was
Unnecessary.
actually-
He's got two hands. You can tie a knot, put a stick
It's
in
true.
there.
He does have
a
one leg,
hacksaw, give
two
it a couple
hands.
twists. He probably would have survived.
I think
That
Well,
the bullet loss would not have been as bad. Clear.
spoiler alert: we're not done with this.
Hey,
character.
he's not a doctor.
He's-
Oh wait,
no, wait, he is.
Oh, wait,
He is.
He is.
He's a fucking surgeon.
my bad.
So
The worst
I
surgeon.
believe this is after they realize they are out of time. It is 6:02.
It's already
Time
6
is-
o'clock.
time is up.
Time's up.
So he starts cutting into his leg. I'm just going to address this scene first, and then we'll go to the other scene. But he starts cutting into his leg. Pretty effective, guys. What do you think? Did it look like it was going into the leg?
I believed it.
Believe
Yeah.
me?
Except I feel like there would have been a lot more screaming, even if something in his mouth.
no doubt.
Shock would take a while to
No
get rid
doubt.
of that pain.
Yeah, definitely. I would have figured he'd gone into shock, but yeah, he
Right.
it was. He
Oh, he
went
was
through. He
definitely
went
in
through the
shock
muscle
after.
and the flesh pretty quick. I feel like it would have taken longer. I feel like once they show it enter, it's only like 2 seconds later. He's like done with this saw and his foot.
But didn't
Well,
we?
didn't we talk about it? Yeah, we talked about this. Go
this
for
in
it.
Terrifier, where I was thinking
He went through a whole body.
I went through the whole thing of like, a hacksaw wouldn't do it, but then I was like, but another saw would have snagged on
chunky.
meat, and then it would
Yeah.
work. And then you
Yeah.
told your
And
story
a-
about how
a
you
bone's-
actually did.
like,
it.
yeah, a
Exactly.
hacksaw you could with a bone blade, like with a coarse
How long do
blade.
you think it would have taken him to get?
Oh,
through
I
that?
think it would take another minute to get through that bone.
It took
That scene was
it
only.
took Art the Clown,
But he's a
45
surgeon.
seconds
He's a
to
surgeon,
cut through.
right?
Yeah.
So, like, I would not, me not being a surgeon, I would think because your foot is highly mobile, that there's no direct bone connection. So there's a lot of connective tissue, tendons, ligaments, and that's where I would have cut. And a surgeon, I would think that's where he would go to. So he's not actually cutting through bone. He's just
cutting the joint, like the ankle joint,
the skin,
yeah,
the muscle, the joint, the ligament. He might have gone through it pretty quick.
That's true.
If you knew what he was doing,
you're not going
and you
through
have to assume he does. He's a fucking surgeon.
So, yeah, meanwhile, Adam is freaking out. My thought was, why not cut off the heel of your foot, like the ball?
Nah.
No? And then it just slides off? But, I mean, I guess you can't, you're screwed at that point. You can't reattach that, I don't think.
Either way, whatever's coming off, it's not getting reattached.
You could have,
I think
one of
that
those,
would take too long.
Blade Runner, like Oscar Pistorius, is a little too soon to talk about him.
Jesus. Fuck that guy.
Anyway, yeah, so foot comes off.
Gets it off.
He's white as a ghost. Oh, wait. So, yeah, white as a ghost, but he grabs the gun, puts the bullet in. He has no other option. He's got to kill Adam.
Yeah. The whole time he's doing it, Adam is screaming like, "Oh God, don't do it. Oh my God."
He wouldn't have cutting your foot off. He was all shaky. He wouldn't have got a shot on me. I'd have been zigging and zagging. A lot more zigging and zagging.
Like,
but he's sending. It's kind of weird because he shoots him like, I thought he shot him like center.
It did look center.
Center chest. And then when he falls over, you see the blood coming out of the back of the t-shirt. And that is definitely in the center.
So he's lower. So the angle might have been up through the shoulder blade. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think he meant to do a non-fatal shot, like miss the lung but go through his shoulder.
So you think
because
he meant to?
He's a surgeon like that. He could have done it that way.
But is he a marksman?
Go ahead. I mean, that's important.
He can't toss a set of keys 15 feet right into somebody's lap. He's going to miss by 7 feet, but he can
cut his foot
off. He can shoot a 50 caliber handgun.
So he says, "I'm sorry,"
accuracy while he's missing a fucking foot.
Right. He's in shock at this point, for sure. His face, all of his lid says you're in shock. Anyway, shoots him. But Zepp obviously headed to this because part of his rules, he had to be the guy to make sure everything's done. He had to finish off Gordon if he didn't finish off Adam. So it was too late. It's the rules. He's pointing the gun at Dr. Gordon. That's when Adam goes all crazy apeshit, grabs his leg, knocks him over, grabs the toilet lid, and just demolishes that.
Smashes his head in.
That's incredible.
And then he gets up and now he's only shot in the shoulder.
Right. So a little continuity error, if you will, where the squip was at the beginning, and maybe. But still good. You realize that he wanted to save Gordon, but now the door's open. Gordon can leave.
He's going to go get help.
And they did,
be back, I
like,
promise.
you don't see a lot in movies where somebody gets shot and, most movies they get shot and they're just like walking around later and, a little tender over here.
Don't touch me there.
But when he cuts his foot off,
and that's what
he progressively gets wider
wider.
and wider and wider, and they do a really good job of making this guy look like
sickly.
he's lost
He's
too
turning
much
green
blood.
too.
Right.
Yeah.
We missed. I didn't touch. Like I said, I was trying to focus on the bathroom trap, but in the meantime, Detective Tap has a struggle with Zepp, gets shot, and dies. Right.
Yeah.
So then Zepp is alone. There's nobody to interrupt his plan of killing. Blah blah blah. So that's where we're at, right?
Yeah. And then Dr. Gordon comes over and he reassures Adam, like, I'm going to go get help
for you.
But like lets him know, he's like, don't worry about your shoulder. It's a flesh wound. Like
You're
that's
not
why
gonna
I think
bleed out.
That's
Okay.
why I think he meant to
So
shoot
you
him
think
where
he meant
did.
to. Okay.
Because he tells him it's a flesh wound. You'll be fine. I'll be
So
back.
do you think Adam then just instinctively said, okay, I was shot. I'm going to have to pretend to be dead, just like the cigarette.
It almost seemed like they had planned it.
Maybe.
But they didn't.
Maybe part of it. They said, if I shoot you, won't be back.
Right, but Jigsaw's there the whole time.
All right.
I don't know if they planned it.
Speaking of Jigsaw. All right. So Gordon's out. He's army crawling, whatever he's doing, to freedom.
Yep.
Trying.
And then Adam's like, I got to find more clues, see anything that can help me. He goes into Zepp's pocket and finds the first part of the best twist, one of the best twists, right?
Yeah.
So he finds the tape recorder. He's like, oh shit, this guy's got a tape too. Plays it, finds out that Zepp was also a pawn in Jigsaw's puzzle here.
Yeah.
And, just the room, just the music gets, I don't know. I know what to say.
We're going 300 miles an hour at this point.
Right. We are going, this is like Usual Suspects. This is like, this changed everything about what you thought. We thought the bad guy was dead. In the meantime, we see some movement from the corpse, right?
Yeah, not Zepp's corpse, the corpse in the room.
The corpse in the room with the gun, with the tape recorder. But he doesn't have that gun anymore. But anyway, so he starts crawling, and he's been there for 8 hours or 6 hours. So he's stretching. And
a long time not to
long
move on a cold floor.
Right. 6 or 7 of the 18 days that were in this shooting took place in that bathroom, right? So he had to show up 7 days or whatever for that to lay on the floor for a whole day.
Yep.
Right. So yeah, he's probably not even acting. He's probably really stretching at that point, Pulls off the prosthetic skin on his head, stands up, stretches out. Adam the whole time is just like jaw to the floor. What the hell? Yeah. He says, "Hey, the key to your chain is in that bathtub over there."
Yep.
Adam's
which
like,
he lost right off the bat.
Adam grabs the gun, Zepp's gun, which still had bullets in it, tries to shoot him, and of course he still had the stunner, the shocker, if you will.
When we were like, oh shit, he was in there, the one shocking him.
Yeah, he gave him the shocker.
Yeah,
and
Zoinks
is right, and then walks to the door, and maybe the best line of the movie, game over, slams the door shut.
Yep.
All right. And that's how you
roll
end.
Credits.
Roll credits. Everybody in the theater's like, oh shit. So that's how I was, at least.
Yeah.
And did I miss anything?
No. Nothing important.
Yeah. I want to talk about the ending a little bit more because I think it warrants it.
Oh.
I mean, it's a huge twist ending. When I saw this the first time, I'm like, did not expect that at all.
Right.
You expected Zepp to be somebody because, like I said, when you first see him in the hospital room and they linger on him with the camera for a long time, he's got crazy eyes. You're like, this motherfucker's going to show up later, I bet. You just know it. And then he does. So it totally misdirects you from dead guy on the floor in that room.
Right.
Zepp does. And then especially when he's the one confirmed that he's got the mom and daughter kidnapped and held hostage. And then he's coming down to that room. Like, you're convinced like Zepp is the guy.
To me, Zepp was Jigsaw.
Right. And then so the twist that he gets up and it's not him is like, holy shit. It was an amazing twist. And then upon multiple rewatches, something you pick up on when Dr. Gordon gets the gun from dead guy's hands, goes to load it with the bullet. It's not a pistol, it's a revolver.
Yeah.
So when he opens up the chamber, there's no spent casings in there. He shot himself in the head, but there's no spent casings. So was that a choice they made to be like, hey, he didn't really shoot himself? Or is this a continuity error?
I think that was a choice. That would have been
and he doesn't notice it. Now in that sense, would you notice it? Like if you open that up, would you be like, wait, there's no shell casing in here, but he said he shot himself.
Not after cutting my foot off.
You just overlooked that because you got so many other things going on.
Too much shit going on. I wouldn't have noticed.
Right. So he loads up he loads up the revolver with the one bullet. He shoots at him, but there's no spent shell casing stuck in there. Which if he would have actually shot himself,
because there's
so that's not something I picked up on until like when you see a movie 3 or 4 times, you start looking at everything else in the room. And that's one of those. I was like, "Oh, there's no shell casing. Yeah. He definitely didn't."
I was still thinking about the shitty toilet.
That too. Yeah. Well, now, now when you see the movie, I see that heart before I see anything else. When they show the room, I'm like,
"Art's heart."
Yep. It's crazy.
No, I agree. It wasn't just him standing up, but it was everything they did to make us like the hook, line, and sinker is the expression, right? We swallowed the whole. Hook, line, and sinker.
It's one of those like The Sixth Sense, like you almost have to go back and watch it again, which when this movie came, I saw it in the theater, and then when it came out to rent it, like I got it again. And it was like, you got to watch it again to like, did I miss something? Like, where are the clues that show you who this is? It's a wild ending.
I feel like the first time was my favorite time watching it. The second time was rewarding in a different way because you pick up where Zepp is. You pick up where Jigsaw was in the bed. You pick up, these different things, right? No, good notes for sure. All right. As we normally do, we have a little bit of discussion afterwards. I want to spend a little bit of time on the traps individually here.
Yeah.
I'm going to list the ones, and if there are any other ones that come up, let me know. Traps. Let's talk about escapability and thoughts on them. Okay. Bathroom trap. Basically, Gordon was told, kill Adam or cut your foot off.
No, I had to do both.
I'm using my
He had to
shirt
cut
to
his
get
foot
that
off
gun.
to get to Adam.
No, I think he would have been released if he would killed Adam. I don't know. Who knows? But like he was said, you have one choice: kill Adam before 6 o'clock. I don't think he had to cut his foot off.
Was
that
there
was the
even
only
poison
way.
in that fake blood? We probably don't even know.
Probably
No,
not.
we don't know that.
Like, so he's telling him there's more than one way to do it. So if he doesn't turn the lights off, he's just like dips it and he's like, hey, smoke this.
I think
you'll
there
feel
were-
better. And he smokes it. Does he die?
I'm gonna go and say yes. There was poison in the blood.
Okay.
I feel like John.
Right.
He wouldn't be like, you can do this too, and then be like, well, not really. Like,
They made a point of saying that he wants, he wants you to survive. He's happy if you survive and come out rebirthed a different person.
Right. He doesn't. This isn't like one of those movies where they set you up and like, well, you were going to fail it anyway, so fuck you.
Okay, that's my biggest complaint about some of the later sequels. Is some of them they
There's no way out.
right
yeah,
zero chance.
Exactly.
All right, so that one pretty cut and dry. If you a cut, haha, cut a foot off.
Would you cut your foot off to save your family?
Not right off the bat, I wouldn't. But like, yeah, probably
If I had
probably with
6 hours, I'd be like, there's got to be another way.
maybe 20 minutes,
At
or
least for
something
20
left.
minutes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you.
Dude,
I want to believe.
Use your shirt to get that gun and kill Adam.
I
Jesus
want to
Christ.
believe that
You
I
didn't do that.
would if I needed to, but I don't know. That's a tough question. What about you, Charlie?
Same. I mean, like,
Yeah, I want to believe that I'm the person.
like, have you ever given anybody a shot, like with a needle? I had to when Mary and I were going through the IVF thing,
Right.
and it does not seem like it would be a hard thing to do. But I sat 45 minutes just trying to build up to
Courage to-
a little tiny
hurt
little
her, if you will,
needle,
yeah.
and it was just like something I would not have thought. Like, I'm just boop boop boop.
Bing bong boom.
Right? Bing,
You're
bang,
fired.
bong. Shot. Hey, let's do another one. But no, I mean, yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
Okay.
I would hopefully do it, but
Reverse
you never know.
bear trap. Cut into someone's stomach to find a key. Doing it?
Yep.
Same thing, but a whole lot
He's alive.
less.
He's alive.
Oh, I would have fucking...
There's no attachment though. You don't know
It
him,
may take me a couple seconds, but
but you do know your head's about to be ripped in half.
Yeah.
I
Right.
would've gone
So-
in.
He tells her that he's
dead,
dead,
right.
But when she gets over there, he's alive, but heavily sedated, opiate overdose. Like,
but like,
he can't feel a thing.
if you tell me he can't feel a thing, maybe.
Well, that was after the fact.
Right,
she
right,
thinks
yeah,
he's
yeah.
dead, but then when she gets over him, he's
I-
like waking up.
How long was the timer on her?
Not
I think
long.
only 1 minute.
1
That's
minute.
60
too-
seconds.
you don't have a lot of time to think about
That's
it.
too short.
She drops that thing and it snaps 1 second later.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 minutes, maybe you have time to like cut in a way that's not going to ruin this person's life. Get out and maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
The infection probably would. Anyway.
I feel like, I don't know that you're finding that key that fast. I've seen
Yeah, because you've got.
I've seen episodes of Double Dare where they're looking for the flag on a giant pepperoni pizza, and it takes them like 50 seconds. They don't get to any of the other
I
obstacles.
think you can find
They're
it.
digging
that
for
too.
the flag up in a giant nose full of
Right,
slime, and
yeah.
like
they don't
they're-
find it. It's,
You got
They'll
to. Everyone
find it.
knows
It's stuck
kind
to
of
their
where
arm
his stomach
because
You're looking for a
is.
little silver key in that body full of blood and guts.
No, I agree.
Should be a Double Dare obstacle.
Another fun fact about that scene with the guts. Leigh Whanell's hands. They had to film that post production too.
Oh wow, yeah.
So yeah, digging through because there's 20 feet of intestines that it could have been
Something
in.
like
There's-
that.
No, it's in his
There's
stomach.
a stomach. Did it say
In
in
his
his
stomach.
stomach?
Yeah.
Stomach? Okay, so
in
that
his
narrows
stomach.
it down. At least you know what a stomach looks like, right?
Yeah, I can figure it out.
Right. Okay, so survivable. Within a minute, do you think you could find a key?
Tough.
That would be. I mean, we could.
She
we could
survived
do a
it.
simulation.
She did it.
I'm out.
Amanda got out of it, so it is survivable.
All right.
but
Yeah.
The biggest bullshit. This is my opinion on this one before I even mention it. Find the one code on the wall of 1,000,000 work numbers while covered in flammable goo and glass all over the ground. I think this was personal. I don't think he was meant to survive this. Thoughts?
Right.
No, you're not
Same.
surviving this. First of all, there's so many numbers, and you don't even know they're just single digit numbers. So are two of them next to each other double digits or not? You don't know. Also, the candle he gives them is like a tea light. Like that shit's burning out in in an hour. You can be in there with a Yankee candle, a jar candle that'll burn for a week,
Like a
and
triple wick?
yeah, you
then
can
you
be
get
in
a
there for
headache
a
from
week.
the smell.
You can be in there for a week and not find the combination, even without all the other shit going on. The being naked and the broken glass all over and the flammable jelly all over you.
Yeah.
You could not find that combination for a week probably in that place.
Razor wire maze. 2 hours to get out, but you know you're going to cut yourself up.
I feel like
he went at it a bad way.
Through that a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
he just like freaked out and just like looked like he just like jumped into it.
Right.
He did. He was flailing and like going fast. They said didn't they say that one of the blades punctured him so deep they found stomach acid on the floor?
They did.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So fun fact about that, those were all rubber plastic razors. So I think
Oh, really? It wasn't real razors?
well,
No shit.
except for one of them. There was one mystery razor. No, but what was funny is to get the same effect, they had to speed up the camera. They had to make him jump in like that kind of thing to get the same fear. A lot of it had to be musically driven. But yeah, I think
I could get out of that.
I think I'd get through it. I think I'd just,
C-wire. I mean, they
push
call it
things to
razor
the
wire,
side.
but it's not razor.
Was he wearing
sharp.
underwear? Do we know? Like those often like wrap your arm in it or something?
I think he was butt ass naked.
I mean, I think you got to be real careful, move some stuff to the side,
yeah.
crawl real slow.
Right.
I don't know. Apparently that shit's like barbed wire has like the barbs. This razor stuff, like you slice an artery, you're done.
It's true. That's
So
how
you
he
But
died.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
He bled out from
okay,
the
I'm
femoral
gonna
artery.
say it. When I was in Korea,
Oh my gosh.
we did a monthly
Saw trap?
exercises where we would go to wherever our location was and we would set up our perimeter, and we had C-wire. We had like miles of this shit. And you wore gloves, but it's not razor sharp. I mean, they call it razor wire. It's not razor sharp. It's just like jagged metal.
Well, that is razors. So.
It's designed to catch your clothes.
Oh, okay.
It won't. I mean, it could if you jump into it like a clown shoe. It's not going to like just like slice you open. I mean, it's the pointy edge is the sharp part.
Yeah.
Just stay away from the pointy edge.
So, all right. So, rank them in order of survivability. Mike, you go first.
Well, we have other ones, right?
Were there other ones in
We
this
have-
one?
Yeah. Well, we have. Oh, I made a list. The drill chair.
Oh, yeah. That's
No, there's no way to survive that. I don't even fucking know how we.
No, that thing was like in 20 seconds. He's going to be drilled into.
there was a key that you had to go through on a chain full of
a key with like
million
80
right?
keys on it.
Oh,
A key ring with
yeah,
80
yeah,
keys, and one of them unlocked his.
But I don't know
neck.
how he would have been able to do it by himself, right?
And it was like behind him, and he was like strapped down.
Yeah.
Was he a part
And
of
then-
a
They didn't
something
really
like-
explain what his role
Yeah.
was or why he was tied up. And then the hallway shotguns.
That's more just like a booby trap. But yeah, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that was just a booby trap.
I would have been looking for.
I think Atticus's ears just rang. He said booby.
I would have known that I was in a house of madness and to be a little more careful than normal walking around.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Probably,
Anyway,
yeah.
so I'd
Probably.
still have my head.
Yeah. But yeah, I
Um,
think, the razor wire, I think that was it.
Okay.
You want to talk about best one? Is that what you were up to next?
Survivability.
Go
Survivability.
survivability. What to rank them from?
Razor wire.
Razor wire you
surviving.
can get out of. If you're careful. Flammable jelly all over you, definitely not.
No,
You're
it's a
not-
no.
the poison will kill you if the candle doesn't.
Egg poison.
The mythical poison.
The fake poison, probably.
Right.
And the reverse bear trap, that's tough. Like you got to find that
60
key.
seconds.
You gotta pick up the right piece of pepperoni in that double dare game to get that key as fast as you need to get it, and then
All right.
find the lock with your bloody hands and not drop the key and all that stuff.
We're going to do rapid fire before I bring Atticus in. Ready for
Okay.
this?
Oh, okay.
Did you want to rank them too, Charlie, or are you good?
No, I
Okay,
agree with that.
you
ranking.
agree. All right, dumbest character.
Can I say Danny Glover?
You can absolutely
Danny
say
Glover. Yeah.
Trap.
Yeah,
You can ask
he
Tap.
he like. I mean, like I said, he's like get down again.
Yeah, I
like
agree.
just too many warnings.
I agree.
man.
And-
kneecap him with that 12 gauge.
Yeah,
Right.
You're going to stay put, buddy. Yeah.
Yep. He's going nowhere.
All right. So
Nowhere.
I think we all agree. Tap is the dumbest.
Yep.
Gore score.
I got a 6.
6 is solid.
I'm going to go 5.
Oh, you're the low one.
I'm the
this
low one
time.
today, just because of the whole stuff we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
All right, so I have 4 nominees for the Hall of Fame, and I want to have a discussion real fast.
Okay.
If any of them you think will belong there. Nominee number 1, Billy the Puppet, prop.
Yes.
Yes.
Easy yes.
Okay.
100%.
Nominee number 2, Reverse Bear Trap.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I agree. Nominee number 3 for Mortal Villain, Jigsaw.
1000% yes.
100%.
I agree. And then James Wan as director. I tried to get him in earlier.
Yes. I think yes. Well, look at his whole body of work, right?
His whole body of work.
Eventually. Yeah.
So Saw is a franchise.
Insidious
is a franchise. The Conjuring is a franchise.
Right.
He wrote Megan, which is becoming a franchise because there's 2 of them now. I don't know if there's more coming.
Yep.
He also, Malignant. He did Malignant.
Love Malignant.
So
parts of Malignant.
As far as horror goes, he's in the Hall of Fame just for that. He's also done Aquaman and Fast and Furious 7, I believe. I did read that there's only 2 directors that have had
made more money.
I think $2 billion movies that were not part of a franchise, I think. And James Wan is one with Aquaman and Furious 7. James Cameron is the other one, Titanic and Avatar.
Well, now Avatar's part of a...
Well, now it is, but I think just the first one, but at the time. Because so that's not counting your your Marvel universe.
So we've got 4. Movies. Are there anything else deserve to be in here? Or did I hit it?
Maybe if we do a writer's one, Leigh Whanell. He's wrote some other stuff, like we talked about Cooties, and maybe he's got to do a little bit more, but...
Maybe, yeah.
What else? I had some props listed, I think. I think...
The tape player?
The foot attached to the chain. Be a good prop to have.
It's a good,
but you never see it.
We don't see it.
That's why it should be
it's not a prop.
Yeah.
It's not in the movie.
It's bullshit. It's on the poster, and they don't show it to you in the movie.
It's not in the movie. It's not a prop.
Okay, another section, if we have a photo op section in our Hall of Fame, the bathroom set, you could have mom and dad attached to the chains on each side and the kids lying on the floor, dad's the dead body in the middle and the kids are attached to each side of the room.
Baby playing
good
in the toilet.
Op. Yeah.
What would be a good prop? Remember he had the little scale model of the bathroom.
The diorama.
Oh, yeah, the dioramas of the traps. That's a good one.
I like the tape player though. Do you think the tape that says "Play Me" would
tape, but not the tape player?
Yeah, the tape player is regular. It's not like the Talk Boy from Home Alone 2.
Okay,
that's
gotcha.
iconic.
Yeah,
but there's the scene where Tobin Bell is in the hospital and Dr. Gordon has the medical students. They're talking about him. On his table for a split second, you can see his notebook has a drawing of the reverse bear trap. So maybe the notebook with that drawing.
That's a good drawing. It's a good sketch.
Could be a prop. And then male protagonist, is Dr. Gordon a protagonist in this movie?
He's definitely what I would call the good guy. He's got flaws, but
he's the one trapped here.
I don't know if he stands out enough. He does saw his own damn foot off, which is one of the biggest sacrifices we've seen in a horror movie.
Does he survive? Does he survive?
We can't. Without stepping on other sequels, he does survive. Okay.
Yeah. And then I think there really is no female protagonist. Amanda's only in it for a short time, but she's a bigger part of the larger Saw franchise and ends up not being a protagonist. Spoiler alert. But yeah.
Just looking at this one, I don't know if Amanda gets a nod.
No, not from this movie. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had for the Hall of Fame. Do you guys have anything else?
I think we touched on the ones that I wanted to submit.
Yeah, that's good. I don't have anything else.
All right.
Justin, bring in our special guest.
Yeah, we're going to have 2 15-year-olds today. We're going to have Apollo and Atticus, which are my twins, that Atticus has been with us for every one of these podcasts, and Apollo, I think she jumped in on Terrifier, but this is one of her Mount Rushmore movies, I think.
Welcome, y'all.
Sup?
Gen Z Corner, everybody.
Hello.
All right. So first of all, let's start with a scale of 1 to 10. What does this movie get from you guys?
In total? Stars?
Yeah.
It would be a 5.
Wow.
Wait.
Okay. Coming in cold.
Are we
hot take.
Are we talking gore scale or just?
No, we're just saying, how did you like it?
Okay. It's my favorite movie, so 5, obviously.
Okay. No, so you 10.
10?
10. Okay. Yeah. Atticus threw you off.
9.7.
9. Oh my God, you and Charlie. You can only give it even numbers on. Okay. All right.
So that's halves.
You can do halves. How about that? Not when it's 10. I'm leaving halves when it's 10. All right. So gore score, guys. What are your thoughts?
3.
Out of 10?
Out of 10.
6.
6 out of 10. That's pretty much the consensus.
It wasn't
Atticus,
gory.
you're 0 for 2.
It wasn't gory.
All right. Why do we love this movie? Well, let's start with the assumption that Apollo loves this movie. Why do you love this movie?
I think it's charming in a sense. I think there are some parts that are
charming.
There are some parts that you can tell it was made with a low budget, and there are some parts where you can tell they really put as much effort as they could into this movie. And I just think overall it is one of my favorites because of how it was a little different for the time they made it. I don't think there was a escape room-esque horror movie yet, was there?
Not at this point.
No. We were talking about, I don't think escape rooms were really even a thing yet.
I think eventually they came out with Escape Room, the actual movie.
Right, I've heard of that one. And then Room of Escape and Escape the Room and No Escape and
Can't escape this room.
Can ever escape. Just kidding, you can escape. Wait, some of those aren't movies. All right, Atticus, why was it a 5? Where does it fall in the podcasts you've done so far, the movies?
Lower half.
Lower
Why
half.
so much why do you not like this one as much?
It drags a lot.
Does it?
I mean, like, comparing it to other movies, like Dawn of the Dead, it drags.
Oh, stop comparing it to Dawn of the Dead.
Atticus kind of cheated there. He told me we're not going to bring up Dawn of the Dead on this one, but he did it on his own. All right. Apollo loved it. All right. Best trap. Could you have survived any of these traps? Which one?
Survived every single one.
Every single
Absolutely.
one.
You would not have survived
The
the
only
glass floor one.
I couldn't have survived is the one where, like, the glass floor and the
combination
numbers.
that, you know,
There was no combination at the end of the day. He just never said it.
probably wasn't.
Only one that I couldn't have survived.
So within a minute, you could have cut into somebody's stomach and found a key and
I
taken
wouldn't have
that.
done it. I would have put my head in between something that would stop it. Like,
Oh,
Okay.
what?
That's
Okay.
not fair. That's already...
Somebody used that in a different movie.
yeah,
not allowed
and
to
it
say.
works. So I would do the same thing.
Okay. All right.
And with
Apollo, which ones could you survive?
So I think the only one that I can logically survive is the bathroom trap. I'm given 6 hours to, like, either kill someone or, like, just saw off my foot or break my foot.
Which we learned works too.
Which we learn works too.
see, I would have done none of those. I would have grabbed a blunt object and destroyed the lock.
It wouldn't have worked.
That wouldn't have worked.
It wouldn't have worked.
Says who?
Did you see
Says John
what
Kramer.
blunt
I don't
object
know.
are you grabbing?
Toilet seat. The thing.
The
Jump,
lid.
Boom.
You can't get there.
I'll ask Adam. Hey, bud, can you pass that over?
Yeah, that's not going to break it. It's porcelain. That's gonna the steel is going to break that before you break the lock. You're
I'm
not,
pretty strong.
Yeah, you're going to break the porcelain toilet seat lid.
Then-
Are
Toilet
you going to
lid,
break it with your hands?
toilet
Well,
tank lid.
Proving the other movies, he broke his foot before it broke. So
That's
a foot though. Those bones.
okay, bones are pretty hard.
Okay. That's
They
the
made it
T-shirt from this
extremely
one.
clear that you are not breaking those locks or chains.
I would break the lock.
No, you're not.
I would take it off with my bare hands.
I disagree.
Okay.
You receive no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Wow.
there were only like 4 traps in this one, right?
This is there weren't a ton. There was like 4 or 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think besides the bathroom trap, I might be able to survive the reverse bear trap one, given the method
time.
that he was talking about.
okay. So tell me about the relationship with the whole franchise. Does anybody have any thoughts on the whole franchise? Quick, brief thoughts.
Loose story quick.
Okay. It gets a little.
Eventually, it's just gore porn.
Okay. Eventually, you're not wrong.
I love the characters they add. I love the story to it. I feel like Saw 5
She
definitely
loves
was one of the bigger ones.
the
for me.
development of Amanda.
I love Amanda so much, yes. And I love Hoffman. I love...
If you could only keep 2 of the movies from the franchise, which ones are you keeping?
Spit it. 1 and 3.
As much
1 and 3 for me.
as I kind of like dog on some of the other ones, I definitely think, even though I love Saw 5, I would probably keep 1 and 2. I feel like 2 was more like a part of the main franchise than 5 was.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think 1 and 2, because 1 sets the foundation. 2 is Tobin Bell at his best. Lots of Tobin Bell in that one. And sequels always escalate the traps a little bit.
And you get a Backstreet Boy, not a Backstreet, a New Kid on the Block in that one,
Yeah,
right?
Donnie Wahlberg's in that, and we get the needle pit, which is so cringe.
Charlie's favorite.
Yeah, and yeah, I think after that, like they start using some of these secondary characters that have really small roles to play bigger roles in later
Right.
ones, and so it makes you explore these other ones again to see like what their origin is and how they get there, and I think it just starts getting a little messy.
Right.
I think
That's when the sweater.
is it three where Amanda is helping John, but 4 John is dead. Jigsaw's dead, right? They're
Right.
the autopsy
think
him
so.
in the beginning of the movie.
Right.
But then the other movies, there's still tapes
Right,
around. He's still like
He's like Tupac, right? It's
yeah.
like
Then it asks you to stretch your disbelief.
right. That's when the
you know,
sweater unravels for me
way,
too.
way too much.
It's like, oh wait, he sent this in a delayed way, kind of thing, so you
Yeah.
get it, but it's still him, and it's
And in 2, I love in 2, he's in a safe place. And in the end, he's in a fucking safe. It's so good. He wasn't lying. He's in a safe place.
Any other thoughts before we
Love it.
say goodbye to the millennials? Or not zillennials, Gen Zs, or whatever you are. How many times have you seen it?
3 times.
Have you recommended it to friends?
No, because it's bad.
Oh gosh.
Wow. Just get
How
out.
many times has Apollo forced her friends to watch these movies?
If we're counting the entire franchise, because me and my friends used to have this watch a Saw movie every sleepover. We made it to Saw 7, but with the with Saw 1, how many times have I recommended that? Probably up to 15 by now. Probably. Not counting the amount of times I've rewatched it.
How many times have you seen it?
By myself, probably around 8, maybe.
So this is up there.
It is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Okay,
and
so-
there's so much more I want to talk about.
Don't trust her, is what you're saying. You're worried. Like I'd be worried that you'd put me in a box and make me do a trap at this point.
No. No.
Anything else, guys?
No.
All right. Thanks for hating on the movie, guys. And Apollo, thanks for loving it. Thanks for visiting.
Thank you, guys. Always a pleasure. All right. So we went through a lot of fun facts while we did this one, guys. I had a few more, unless you guys have
course
any
you
more
do.
on your notes, but of course I do. So Paul, who was the guy that was trapped in the razor wire trap,
Right.
a little redundant there, sorry.
Razor wire
Paul,
trap.
that actor was originally supposed to be Jigsaw. He turned it down because he doesn't get to do enough in this movie.
Big mistake.
Huge mistake. Huge,
Yeah, I don't know that guy's name.
life-altering mistake. There's a reason why you don't.
This
know
is
his name.
the movie where Tobin Bell became a name, right?
Yeah, he did a lot of small things. He's a big-time character actor, but then this is the one that put him on the map.
Yeah.
So big-time mistake there. What else? What other fun facts did I have? I think this is the only Saw that was filmed in L.A. All of these after this are filmed in Toronto.
Cheaper.
Moved up to Canada. So I put up a poll this week on our Instagram page. Please go to our Instagram and you'll
Follow.
get updates on when our
Smash
episodes
that
come
follow
out.
button.
So if you're familiar with the movie Misery, you know that that's also a movie about injured feet, similar to Saw. So given your choice, would you rather you have
fun.
So here's the thing: if you have to live out the circumstances of one of the two characters, Dr. Gordon in Saw or Paul Sheldon in Misery, which one are you living out? So in Saw, you're trapped in a room for about 8 hours. You end up having to cut your own foot off. In Misery, you are trapped for weeks, maybe months in a bed because you were in a car accident. A crazed fan wants to tend to you, but then is such a crazed fan, she breaks your feet with a sledgehammer to keep you hobbled or to keep you in bed because you keep trying to escape. So are you cutting off one foot yourself or are you having someone else sledgehammer both of your feet?
Fun fact about Misery that you didn't know I was prepared for there. In the book, she actually chops off his foot with an axe.
Oh,
For the movie,
We're just doing a movie, though.
they thought it was a more gruesome scene and more memorable to actually put the board there and then hit it with a sledgehammer.
Oh, wow.
And I agree with them on that one. It's actually
that is more gruesome.
the crunch and the spin. But my opinion,
Feet don't bend that way.
my opinion is knowing how Paul was able to walk around with a cane a little later, I'm going to go with the hobbling, the getting my sledgehammer, and I don't have to do it myself.
Yeah.
None of that factored in except for the doing it myself part. I don't think I could cut my own foot off like I was talking about giving the shots.
Shocker.
Like, I don't mind getting a shot, but when I first started giving the shots to Mary, it was very difficult. There's no way I could cut through my own foot. I'll take the hobbling. I don't have to do it. The pain is going to be severe either way.
There's pins and rods they can put in later. I don't know.
Amputate them later. Give me some fucking those
Blades.
Blades. I'll be a blade runner.
Stories again.
Do you like to do it yourself?
40-year-old virgin reference there?
Yeah, 40-year-old virgin. So for me, I think it's because the circumstances, if we're living them out as they are, you basically have to cut your own foot off to save your family. I'm cutting my foot off and getting out of there. I'm not spending weeks and weeks in the
I wouldn't
in the bed.
want to do
and
I
be
thought we were
hobbled
just,
and just have this person be like, right. Here's a typewriter. Right. I don't like that. Write some more.
I thought it was just the act.
the act.
But if you throw other things into it, maybe
I don't know.
But I'm still going with I don't want to know. Yeah, I don't want to cut my own foot off. Just do it.
Yeah.
I also. Oh, I'm sorry. So poll results. Let me go back to the poll results real quick.
There's like a million respondents.
Something like that.
2. Okay.
2 million.
71% of people agree with you guys. Would like to be hobbled. Would
it's
take
the doing it
would take
yourself
Paul
thing.
Sheldon's way
Because
out.
we're sane.
29% would take Dr. Gordon's way out. The quick way out.
Quick way.
So
That's
71% to 29%. I also put this on Reddit. Well, less people on Reddit, but 6 people said that they would rather take Paul Sheldon's way out. 5 people would pick Dr. Gordon's way out.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Can't trust Reddit.
Can't trust Reddit.
Nope.
Final thoughts is where we're at, guys, I believe.
Oh.
Good movie. I agree with the rating that it gets. It's in pop culture now. Jigsaw is a Hall of Famer.
Well, not yet.
I enjoyed the movie. It was almost like watching it for the first time because it's been so long since I've seen it. I just remember the high points.
Right. Great. Okay, so $1.2 million. Great use of the budget. Well directed, well written. Solid performances. I mean, I understand why Leigh Whanell isn't a household name for as far as acting goes, but I mean, hey, he made this movie. Part of the condition was he gets to be in it, right? Mm-hmm. So I love it. Yeah, that's why I picked it.
Yeah, love this one for all the reasons you guys said. One thing I wanted to ask you about, since you have older kids than I do, you guys watch these movies with them the first time, or do they seek them out and be like, Dad, I just watched Saw?
At this age for mine, they still occasionally ask for permission, but a lot of, I watched Terrifier 2 yesterday. I'm like, what the hell? So it's like, yeah, it's a 50-50 kind of thing.
Yeah, I was going to watch the movie. Well, I watched the movie last night and asked Isaac if he wanted to watch it, and he told me he already saw it. So
he saw it?
Saw it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think I can't wait for the day that I can like show movies, right, especially this one maybe, to like my kids, hopefully for the first time, so that I can side-eye them when the twist ending comes and just be like, when he gets up on the floor, just see their reaction.
And they're
see
on
what
their
they do.
phone.
Yeah, and they're like, God,
are you
this
even
is so
watching?
Dumb. Is this over yet? God, this is dumb.
Right.
Like Atticus, this is stupid.
Yeah. I was kind of, I mean, it's not his first time watching it, but I was kind of surprised that he came in at the 5. Anyway.
Well, I think we interrupted his video game time.
Yeah,
we did. Came in a little upset about that. So.
Interrupted him while he's cleaning his room.
I was combing my hair.
Don't bother me when I'm cleaning my room.
Canceled.
Yeah, so this is one of those I can't wait to like show my kids, but it's gonna be.
I'd wait a little bit.
I'd wait a little bit, at least till next year.
Right,
so you got a decade,
right?
But yeah, I remember like my dad showing me Psycho and The Exorcist and being like, "You need to watch this." And like, I'm sure when I was watching those with him on the couch, I'm sure he was side eyeing me and watching my reactions, and like, I just can't wait to share the same with mine. So yeah, that's all I got, guys.
Then, whose turn is it?
I have the next pick.
Keep talking then.
So I have the next pick in the rotation. We have done a number of movies from the 21st century in a row. The last few we've done are little to no fun. I mean, there's a little bit of fun to Jigsaw because of the puzzles and the traps. Right. It drives a lot of good discussion, but it's just downers. And then you also have What We Do to Strangers is zero fun. Zero fun, sir.
Zero fun
in that movie. So let's go back to the 20th century with a movie. Let's
All the
do
way back
something
in the 1900s?
20th century. The
Yeah,
1900s.
1900s,
Yeah,
yeah.
Not the 1900s, but 1980.
You put it in the 1900s. Yeah, we're in that
1982.
century.
1982. We'll do a little slasher that you guys will no doubt laugh your way through, but also has a real healthy dose of gore to go with it. It's Eli Roth's favorite slasher movie, allegedly, according to IMDb. It's called Pieces.
Pieces.
Have you seen it?
Is
this the
probably
one
have,
where,
but I don't know.
It's exactly what you think it
Is
is.
it the one where the person gets...
Don't spoil it.
Okay, I won't spoil it. Okay, I may have seen this one.
One of the taglines is exactly what you think it is.
Oh, well, I'm excited.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure you can stream this one on, I think it was Peacock. I will look it up real fast.
Or as
and
I accidentally called it
double
last time, Peacock, which is
Peacock.
a whole different thing.
check. Yeah, if you find that one, whole
The guy that's sitting in the room.
yeah.
I don't
watching
think I've
somebody's
seen
peeing.
this.
Pieces is on Tubi. You can watch it on
Exciting.
Tubi. Tubi, Pluto TV, Plex,
Oh, so we might get
AMC Plus if you have that.
some first time reactions here.
Ah,
You're gonna laugh. You're gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Will we
And
cry? Will we learn
Probably
something
won't
about
cry.
ourselves?
You probably won't learn anything about yourselves. It's not that deep, but
Right.
it's a fun one.
Well,
I
I'm
think
excited.
I think you'll enjoy it. Well, Justin, do you want to take us home since you hosted this joint?
No, I'll tell Andy to take us home. Oh, maybe not. You're gonna have to edit that. Yeah. So that's it for All Guts So Gory. Mike, Justin, me, and Charlie.
yep.
See ya.
Peace.
Out.
Game over.
Game over.
I'll fucking kill you! Game over.
Game over.
No! No, you welcome